Welcome to Trash Talk. I'm Lane.
I'm D.
I'm Dan.
John.
What up, John?
Welcome back.
It's been a little bit.
Have you done anything since the last time we...
Yeah, we've recorded.
You
We had like 2 episodes just 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah.
Slut.
Sorry. Fucking deal with
Thanks.
it, man.
I guess I
Lane
wasn't
is a
cool
slut.
enough.
Hey, you know what? I
You
slut
actually
around.
is a slut.
Yeah.
He kind of is.
It was a fucking birthday slut
More
weekend.
power to you, I guess.
You know what?
Don't touch his beard. I mean,
You
for your
don't
own
want to.
safety.
Oh, God.
It's got a lot of slut juice in there.
Welcome back.
I'm pretty sure I see something crawling around in there.
You guys are just jealous of the beard. It's fine.
So apparently my sweet
I hear like a
she-shed
million.
wasn't
Are you
cool
my
enough.
daddy's?
She shed may be working this summer. We'll see. This apartment's going to get hot.
Oh, my God. Well,
Especially with these hot, sexy guys in
yeah,
here. It's Trash Talk Omaha for you.
my shop is only bearable when I have my mobile AC at 100%. 24/7.
So it's the same thing.
Pretty much the same.
All right, we'll see.
Of course, if it's that hot, I mean,
Maybe someone will have a house by
we
then.
can do an outside pod where it's nice under the shade and everything.
Yeah,
and, you know,
a little fireplace maybe going even
we can take
too.
our shirts off.
Legitimately, I'm
guess we
just
can
trying to
take
get
our
back.
Backyard
shirts
fire.
You just want to see us with our
We have a
shirts off. It's
fireside
fine.
chat episode.
Yeah, we should definitely
That'd be
Good
cool.
evening, Omaha.
do some cognac.
I mean, we got a fire pit set up in Chelsea's backyard if you really want to do a fire thing.
Yeah. Well, the
Sipping
thing
on
is,
yak.
you can't control a motorcycle driving by in the background.
you
You
can't.
know.
Yeah, but I have
And
a
her
very
neighbors kinda
secluded.
suck.
and you gotta have power outside.
I have extension cords in a very secluded neighborhood. So
That's true.
See, look, shit's
All
already
right,
set
yeah.
up.
You can't-
We'll have to go. We're going back to the she shed because I do want Dan to see it all. He'll come out and throw some whatever you
Hell
got
yeah.
to throw.
Oh,
Hatchets.
I love throwing
And
hatchets, knives, whatever.
So I got this. Okay, Civil War thing down at Fort. What was that? Fort Calhoun.
Yeah.
Just trapper
I
old
don't
settlers.
think it was there was some like Civil War thing. Whatever. I don't know.
Reenactment.
Reenactment?
I think
Yeah.
it was reenactment or
There's no
something.
Civil War in Nebraska.
No, there's still people who want to
Thanks.
show fun things.
But it was a kid thing. Like it was like a
Oh,
family
okay.
thing. Maybe it was Lewis and Clark Landing. I can't. Whatever.
I can see that.
I mean, I was like 12.
Give the kids a musket.
And I'm walking around and I find a 20-inch tomahawk with the actual, forged iron
Yeah.
head for like $20. I'm like, that's all the money I got it on me. And I was like,
Of course you
oh,
get
this
it.
is mine.
Started
I
the
am
fascination there.
12. You know that episode of South Park where they buy the ninja shit?
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you hit a kid in the face?
I
No,
was
you go
just
play
like,
ninja.
I would like that tomahawk, and he goes, okay, and gives me a tomahawk. Then again, I've always been huge, so he might have thought I was old enough, but I was not. And I run up to my mom, I go, Mom, I want a tomahawk. She goes, do you have any more money? I'm like, no. I was like, well, you're going to be hungry.
Was it worth it?
You know?
It's worth it.
So, yeah. No, so
Ooh, she didn't take it from you.
I've had that fucker
I
since
actually
then.
do have one of
Nice.
those tomahawks. That's the cast or forged iron
Yeah.
ones. I had a really sweet one, but my car got broke into, and they took like a whole bag of throwing equipment.
All of his throwing stars.
Man,
no.
that was like
Nice.
$200 worth of like projectile weapons that just
Well,
gone.
What's fucking sucks, I could try to find them, and they're like, you can't buy them less than $50. Like
No.
a real forged tomahawk. Someone bought some, this set of throwing axes, and I get them, and he was playing with them.
You break
and,
'em.
And they're like 9 inches long. You're like,
They're
oh,
nice.
well, then what
They're
the
nice.
fuck?
They have some SOG ones that are like that. So
You know,
I had
they're like
.
skeleton frames, so you can't really get a hold.
Yep.
Yeah, they're fucked.
So are you
Gross.
trying to say that there's like a supply and demand on axes too?
There's just not enough people
Honestly.
making good ones because not enough people are actually buying them for real. So you get those cheap, shitty ones.
Okay. Well, what about
Probably
about
a better
ones-
market for cheap ones, though, I
Yeah.
imagine.
That's true.
That's a good
Well,
point.
so one of the ones that was stolen. Do you know the company Zog or SOG?
Well, I mean, SOG.
SOG, yeah.
Well, it's not a company. It's a
It's
separate
a
operations
style.
It's an
group.
anti-hero,
Either way,
isn't it?
I
in
had
the,
like a couple
Some sort
years
of
ago.
villain.
Superman
That's
movie?
Zod, you ass.
I didn't
Yeah.
say
Zerg.
it.
Well,
Emperor
years ago,
Zod.
when I bought this kick-ass tomahawk,
Yeah.
it was $25-$30.
Yeah.
And that was still like a little bit for the time. I was like, well, I mean, whatever. But the last time I went to Bass Pro to like check it out, it is legitimately $50 to $54 for like the same thing I got years ago for $30.
Because they want you to go
Inflation,
to they
bruh.
want you to go to a bar to throw axes
Well,
now.
which makes
Well,
I
that's
don't
just pretty
understand
fun.
why the fuck would Special Operations Group have a need for a tomahawk?
They don't, but it's just fun to market.
It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
It's what they would use if they
I mean,
used one.
I mean, if you're trying to sell like a K-bar axe, I mean, I guess that'd be a pretty good axe.
fucking
Sure.
You know,
stone
you
on
throw
a
a K-bar,
stick.
I
is
would
all
like
you
one of
need.
those like kick-ass shovels that's a shovel dash
Yeah.
like throwing
tactical
weapon.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are badass.
Oh, yeah.
So what about
Anyway.
what about bullets getting price hiked?
Oh, yeah. So ever since COVID hit,
People been buying
everybody's
guns.
buying Ammo, yeah. I mean, shit, I wouldn't have bought an AR, you know. I've been wanting one. And I was like, hey,
Finally had an excuse
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, real basic, nothing crazy. But anyway, so at that time, I got 223 to go with it. And I was trying to buy 5.56 green tip, and they had a bunch on sales, and I got that. You can't find 223, 5.56. You can't find 9mm because it's, you know, very common. Everybody has 9mm. Like, that's the common firearm round now. Well, it used to be, you know, at most at Ursi is $17 for a box. Now they're $45 a box. And I'm going, okay, if there is such a demand and if there's such a backlog, how come these companies can't keep up with it? What's changed? Because they're still selling and making ammo. Why don't they just make more ammo?
Yeah.
And then I'm going, is it a price gouge thing? Is it just a opportunistic thing? I
I
mean,
think they want less people to have them.
You know,
It's probably a little bit of both.
you know,
Like,
I mean-
if you really want to get it, you got to pay.
you know. So I
Yeah.
talked to the guys at Cabela's when I bought.
Oh, that could be your problem.
Oh,
going to
I bought a
Cabela's.
22 cowboy rifle or cowboy handgun the other day.
Nice.
It's a $200 single action. That's
I've seen
that's
those.
how I got kicked out of that range actually. Anyway, and I'm talking to him like, is it a real thing? Is there an actual shortage or is it bullshit? And he goes, the chairman of Hornady, which makes like all the law enforcement ammo, came out and like publicly said, calm down, we're working on it. You know, they're super behind on orders. They're like $2 billion behind in orders like
Jesus.
that. And I'm like,
So
that's
hire
real
more people.
easy to say.
Hire
it's
people.
real simple to say. Well, that's also the issue is too. Same with, you know, meat packing plants, you know, like they're giving away live, you know, you pigs. You can go buy a pig for like $40 because they can't send it anywhere because no one's in these packing plants because they're all getting sick.
Yeah.
Well, they were, you know,
Yeah.
and
That was a thing.
that was, you know, a big issue. But it's like, okay, if they spike, when the fuck are they gonna come down? Because we're kind of back. We're very, very close to being normal again.
Yeah, this summer
Yeah.
for sure.
What's going on here? Am I going to expect $45 an ammo box for the rest of fucking
I mean,
time
have you
now?
checked Walmart?
Well, that's why I'm going to Cabela's tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.
Or
Because
like-
they're supposed to be.
Fucking Tractor
Regular
Supply or something.
No, nothing. I mean,
Oh,
everyone.
really? Everyone's
'cause as soon
out?
as they get ammo, it's gone.
Is there like
Line
a
it up.
fucking
There's
ammo truck
a
that
panic
comes
buy,
in?
there's
People
a
just waiting
supply
for
line.
it?
So, anyways, about the AR-15, like, how much did that cost? Where's a good one to get, like the basic model and things like that? Because I'm legitimately thinking about getting a gun.
The way that they're designed, they're very similar to an AK-47.
Yeah.
Whereas you can't get a bad one.
Okay,
That's basically what it comes down to. Is there's no
which
such
is why
thing as a
they're one of the most
bad
popular
AR.
guns.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're gonna have fun with it no matter
Well,
what.
the other
Right.
thing, do you need your
And-
like? I know for handguns, you need to get your prize permit. So
Nope.
no, you can just go
Nope.
get
It's
one.
like a hunting
It's
gun.
it's a long rifle, so you just go.
All right.
Yeah.
Now that's if you go to Shields, you can't go buy an assault rifle. It's a modern sport rifle,
Okay.
which I get it. I get they're trying to spin it to because
Whatever.
honestly, assault rifle is kind of a crazy name
It's
to call
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
You know.
Honestly, it's like who the fuck you're dicking around? I'm assaulting
That,
some
and that's the
some
thing.
cans.
People are
wood,
scared
yeah.
of. People are
Yeah.
scared of it because of that name.
But anyways, brand goes like I got a Oracle. I think was the brand I got or Panther or whatever. It was a mid range. I was not looking to spend money on it.
I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about a frisbee
Very
disc for
bottom.
a second.
I think I spent for like
Or a cologne.
three magazines, a case, the gun itself, and a red dot. I spent $1,000.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not at all.
No.
And I mean, I'm looking at other stuff. I mean, if you want to get like a a Bushmaster or like anything by Browning, I mean, now you're gonna start
Name brand.
But back to you don't need the gun to begin with. You don't really need that gun to begin with.
But you want it.
But you want it. So why the fuck would you spend $4,000 on a tactical firearm when you're just gonna fucking shoot targets and watermelons? Because it's an awful gun for self-defense.
Hey,
It's an awful gun for
if you
home
have
defense.
that much
Shoots
money,
tiny
though,
little
if you-
bullets, doesn't it? Just
God
at a
damn
really
it, Dennis.
high
Well, this is the
speed.
9mm version.
So anyway, so honestly you can't go wrong. It's about what's comfortable. Like the four stock might be different. The hand. I just ballpark $1,000
Okay.
for a decent weapon with with all the toys. Like I said, I got a red dot. I got a reflex
Well,
red
obviously
dot,
you're
which
gonna
I
want
like.
that if you.
I got the handle. I got the flashlight. Just real fun shit.
Yeah.
But
All right.
I hope I never have to use it.
Those are John's
More than-
recommendations. Anyone that's out there, go ahead.
My recommendation is don't fucking buy one unless you can really can afford it because it is an awful self-defense weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, you are much better off with a $100 shotgun from a pawn shop. No shit.
Yeah, I can
Like,
agree with that.
I keep a pistol
Loaded.
grip 12 gauge in my truck.
What? Pistol grip 12 gauge.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's got a pistol grip pump 12 gauge. You know,
Sawed off?
rolling down Rodeo with
No,
shotgun.
it's not sawed off. You can't
No.
have that.
Well, I mean, I could.
You could.
No, legally,
You got with it.
that's
you
another
get
story.
you get away with that in the
But-
country.
But I checked all local ordinances, and I also checked, when I road trips and everything. Basically, every county, it goes county by county, which I thought was interesting. Not state by state, it's county by county.
Well, it's the zones and everything.
But the point is, long rifles doesn't matter. As long as they're not like brandished, like visible, like the rifle, the rack in the truck.
Yeah.
That you can't do that in the city. I have mine by my seat, so I can
Yeah.
like pull it up and But I mean, I carry it's got five rounds of double aught with
Okay.
with double powder because they're called like home defense rounds. I'm like, okay, cool,
So- it's a slug
but-
though, right?
No, it's double aught buck.
Oh.
But it also doesn't matter. I mean, outside of 20 feet, it'll sting. That's
Yeah.
that's kind of what
Yeah.
kind of. I mean, buckshot. Anyway, but the point
Kill a
is,
bird.
I spent $100 on that from a pawn shop in bumfuck Iowa, and it's probably the most practical gun I own because it's the most effective gun I own.
Yeah.
That's the zombie gun.
One for deterrence.
No, you hear that
'Cause
click,
if you-
click.
'cause if
Oh,
I-
you're right.
yeah,
Right. I don't want to fuck with you.
And you see that just like the fucking handle, the way you're holding it and everything.
And then because it just if you have a gun that goes, if you have a round that can travel through things, you're more likely to shoot your kid sleeping than to shoot the burglar or whatever whatever
that
the
is
issue
very
is.
true.
Well,
Yeah.
let's be
That's
honest.
why shotguns are more.
There's a
important.
very small chance you're ever going to actually have to shoot someone. I mean,
100%.
things are getting a little weird in
100%.
the world, but like, come on, I don't ever want to get to a point where we actually like, no, I need this.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon
I'm
as
not
you-
going to eat today if I don't have
Yeah.
my gun.
Yeah, if as a society we ever need guns, well, that's the least of our fucking problems is
Yeah.
those guns.
And if
Most-
that comes to play,
you know.
then people who need them will have them, and they'll be taking them from each other.
we
Yeah.
got to worry about finding non-radioactive meat. Yeah, that's pretty much working at that point.
You have a can of beans? That can of beans is mine.
Spam. Oh,
Holy
Oh
shit.
my
I'll suck
God.
your dick for spam.
Yeah.
That lasts forever.
Dude, spam is going to be like the next fucking
Oh, no shit.
$1 million or
Dude,
whatever.
how-
And the last
Good
war will be
Lord,
fought over
no.
Nebraska because there's the hugest aquifer.
Put a
around
9mm in my
unless
head
we
at that
dump
point.
oil into
What
it.
the fuck is
Yeah.
with spam?
I don't
Spam's
like it.
$4 a can.
I do not like
It's
spam.
it's from Hawaii.
I've never had it.
Dude,
It's not from Hawaii, dickhead.
I bought a can of spam during
Yeah,
the
they
pandemic
bring it to
for a
Hawaii
year now.
because they didn't have pigs there for a while, and then like spam was
but
a
they
delicacy.
love it in Hawaii.
oh yeah.
It's good.
But I've never,
I like
had,
spam.
I've
It's
never had
okay.
spam before.
It can
Never
be
had it,
cooked
yep.
well. It can be cooked
Same.
well.
At the end of a convention, for some reason, there were boxes and boxes of spam. For some reason, just left over at some conference.
Like
So I was like,
boxes of the tins.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I went home, like we all went home with like 20 cans of spam, all different styles too.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Fucking amazing. You ever have just throw in
Salty.
the pan for a minute for like a minute
I
aside?
thought you
with
said
some
you never had
eggs?
spam.
Oh,
No, I love spam.
I'd never had it before.
I love me some
before
spam.
I had that. I'm like,
I
oh,
personally don't like spam. I just like I'll eat it, but I do not enjoy it. I wouldn't bought some.
Are you fucking
at-
quoting Dr. Seuss at me?
No, I do not like green eggs and spam. No,
My name is Dan. I am.
legitimately, I went and got some out of nostalgia. Where it's like, oh yeah, spam, and then like
Yeah, that's what I did.
ate it. And I was like, I'm just gonna go get some Canadian bacon or some ham somewhere because it's way fucking better.
yeah. This
But
spam
survival
doesn't-
situation, spam is salty.
If I don't have bacon, I'm
Yeah.
cooking that spam, but I always buy bacon, so
Oh,
I
yeah,
still
I got
have the
bacon.
spam.
Dude, you go to Baker's right now. They have big packs of
Yeah.
Applewood thick cut bacon for $3.99.
Damn
Wow.
right, I bought 6
Dude,
of
I
those.
bought 3 packs.
I bought
Oh, I
some.
put them in the freezer. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
vouchers.
I bought some pecan wood bacon the other day. It was.
I gave
fucking
your mom my
delicious.
pecan wood bacon.
How do you fucking tell? Honestly,
It was.
Here's
you
the
could
other
tell.
thing.
You could tell.
With the bacon like that, you can just buy the regular stuff. If you want to like fancify it yourself, you can. Like I do brown sugar bacon with pepper and all that, and I'll just
Sometimes I use bacon to
put
fancify
brown
anything on
sugar
bacon.
and pepper on
True.
it, and cook it in the oven for a little bit, and it's
but
it's fine.
the Applewood is the same price as regular.
Well, I mean, might as well.
yeah,
get
but
it,
you can't tell it. Honestly,
Applewood thick
you put
cut.
You can the thick
side by
cut.
side. You can't tell the difference. I guarantee you can't tell the difference between regular bacon and Applewood
No,
smoked bacon.
I can tell a difference.
Bullshit.
No, because I never used to like Applewood. 'cause you can taste it's a little sweet.
palates.
Yeah, dude, I
I
got a
don't
fucking advanced ass palate. I can
Lane's
tell
a
when it's
smoker.
I can
I'm not.
tell when it's turkey
You can't
bacon.
taste-
Oh,
can't
everyone
taste
can
the
tell when
difference,
it's turkey bacon.
Yeah, fucking cheap.
I don't
Dude,
mind turkey
texture
bacon.
difference, looks different.
I don't
tastes
mind
different,
it. Like
smells different.
legitimately, as a different thing, I don't mind it. But if someone's like, "Oh, it's so much better than bacon," no, it's not bacon.
As itself, sure.
I honestly believe that you can solve a lot of the world's problems with bacon. Like, America could come together.
Oh, hey,
for
welcome
bacon.
back to 2012.
Yeah.
Shit.
Except for all the people who are like, "You're killing pigs and other things," and it's
Yeah, and the Jewish people might not like it.
They're smart and they
There
taste
is
smart. They
Yeah.
taste intelligent.
delicious.
What do you like
Tastes
to wash
like-
your bacon down with?
Sausage.
All the sausages.
Well played.
legit.
Well played. I was gonna say a bromosa, but whatever.
You guys ever go to a family fair? Is there a family fair
Yeah,
anywhere around here?
yeah.
Every
There's
once in
one
a while.
right off Saddle Creek over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because there's one right by my house that I'd never been to before I moved there.
It's okay.
And but they have the discount, the manager bunker on the meat section. So there's all this discount shit that's about to go bad, and I just load up. I mean, I get some.
You sound like the
moist
fucking
shit.
Tiger King.
Legitimately? No. I think Family Fare has better
That's
meat
roadkill.
prices and meat products than the rest of their store. Like their store, their produce
Yeah,
kind of
you know,
sucks.
Their
I will-
chorizo
no, they're-
sausages are.
They have chorizo
my-
at Family Fair.
Oh, they had treep and
So
tongue
good.
and like all the other weird parts before anybody else was getting into it. At least the one down on Saddle Creek.
Let me
or
get
whatever.
your weird parts,
Well,
please.
there's a lot of
Well, anyway,
immigrants
But
at
like
that
the
one.
discount stuff, I picked up like a section, just the rib meat, like a rack of the rib meat.
Okay.
For like $3. That kind of stuff. So I have a bunker freezer for this exact thing. So I go every time I go through, I just grab everything out of that bunker.
Yeah, freeze it. You got food.
I
for-
had to stop because I had so much fucking meat in my freezer. I was like, I gotta eat this.
I'm just imagining
So
you
then
carry grocery bags of
so-
fucking meat. Just
Yes, and so then I had to eat like. I mean, I guess I didn't have to. I guess I got to eat
The tragedy.
brats for like nothing but brats for like literally like breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a week.
Did you at least put
And
sauerkraut with
dude,
them?
oh, dude, I had heartburn in the shits
Yeah,
for so
I'm gonna
long. It was
say.
so good
Every bite you take, you just shit a little bit more.
It's worth it.
because their brats are so fucking good. They're I mean, all the sausages they make are just insane. Oh, and then also the chorizo as a sausage is amazing, but then you split it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
traditional
just cook it up or
a traditional
whatever.
chorizo and green beans with some garlic and herbs and butter. I cannot
Yeah.
tell you
I'm
how good that is.
I am gonna go get some chorizo for breakfast this weekend.
God
Now that we're
damn.
talking
Have
about
you guys
this.
been to what is it? 24th and Saddle Creek, or not 24th and Saddle Creek, 24th and Farnham.
the Supermercado?
Supermercado, yeah.
There's one on 36 in the queue.
Okay, yeah,
Around.
those places,
Yes.
they've got some really
Yes.
like their chorizos and all their other seasoned meats. I mean, they're cheap as hell, and you don't even have to worry about seasoning it yourself. You throw it on your pan, and you have so many options of delicious
Don't they like
flavors.
usually have it in the shape of a pig too?
Sometimes,
I
yeah.
feel like I've seen.
I've
there
seen that where they
before.
put the pineapple on it, and
Yeah.
One
but-
thing I didn't know about chorizo was like when I first started getting into
Spiced
finding
pork.
these things was like a fair way. No, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Fairway's a thing.
Fairway?
Super
Yeah,
Fairway.
Saver?
fair way.
Super Saver was Fairways
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
Fairway
Yeah,
got
Fairway,
taken over by a lot of
their meat department, they would have sales every once in a while. So I get sausage for $2 a pound, and I'd get 20 pounds of each, and they and they're always looking at me funny. I'm like, is there a limit? Then just pack it up.
I want that whole tray you got there. Give it to me.
Yeah, so I got 20 pounds of chorizo, and I didn't really know. I wasn't familiar with chorizo. It's interesting how lean like chorizo is. Mm-hmm. I don't know if
Some of them have it real
You can
greasy.
get some really greasy stuff.
really, the chorizo I got
got
from Fairway was so lean. I had to put oil in the pan. I'm like,
See, that's
just to give
I've
it
had
some-
the dry stuff, and then some of it's like
Interesting.
super
I
greasy.
think some
It's
of the
most
grease-
known for being greasy.
I think some of the grease burns
Weird.
off though, quickly.
I don't know.
Or,
I mean, 'cause
or
it's-
you had a
I mean,
pan,
it's
or
If you ever
just-
get a chorizo
grill.
taco,
It's
usually
just
they're
pork.
dripping with
Yeah.
it.
It's just pork with different seasonings. So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck the difference is. Maybe it's a leaner cut. I don't know. All I know is I was very surprised about it, as opposed to breakfast and Italian sausage, it was super, super dry. And so I'm like, oh, it must be healthy. So I eat it a pound at a time.
I mean, might as well. I've definitely
if you
taken
can, man.
chorizo and
You
made
can.
eggs with it, and then so I did the chorizo, put the eggs in it, did all that,
It's
and
like the
my
nice
breakfast
red
burrito
color.
just is leaking out the bottom because I must have got it was not dry chorizo.
Just catch all
Just
that.
weeping while you
Just
eat
get
it.
just get a piece of white bread and catch all that shit juice in that bread and just ball it up and eat it. Oh my god!
Are you skull
Jesus.
fucking someone
There's
or
a
eating
reason.
a burrito?
There's
You
a reason
can
I
dip
gained.
the bread in the grease when it's done.
There's a reason I
you
gained
know?
25 pounds over COVID. Okay,
Just
dude,
25?
guess
You
what
only
I-
gained
guess-
25?
Guess what I clocked in at a couple weeks ago?
We did this before.
No, yeah, but
347.
like,
You're up to
No.
380
280.
now.
You were close. 272.
347. Oh,
Sorry, 372. Yeah, 372 at the doctor's office about a month ago. I was like, I don't feel that fat. And then I got into my wife's car. She drives a Cruise. And then I had to get out of that car. I was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, shit, there it is. Now I notice it because I've been wearing tracksuits all fucking
Well,
summer.
shit, but you're also a tall man, so yeah. But
Well, see,
Technically obese,
that's the
right?
thing, 25.
Or no, just overweight.
Technically, I mean, well, if you use a BMI chart,
Yeah.
I'm off
no,
the
the
fucking
BMI
scale,
charts
which is
are,
horseshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
But,
actually agree with those.
No, granted, I am I know I'm out of shape, but it's the fact that, when you're 350 normally and then you gain 25 pounds, you don't notice it. If you gain 25 pounds, it'd be fucking obvious.
Oh, yeah.
If you gain 5 pounds, it's obvious. If I gain 5
Maybe.
pounds, I'll lose it taking a shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't
Whatever.
notice it.
You know what? We're not body
Next thing
shaming
you know,
you here, so don't worry about
I'm
it.
just saying it's funny that I didn't notice it until I tried to get out of my wife's tiny ass car. So, anyway, but also sausage doesn't help. Eating sausage and not going to the gym.
Sausage doesn't help much.
Yeah, but sausage
really.
is
It's
delicious.
so delicious.
Delicious.
It's better.
So,
Would you
So-
say, is sausage better than bacon?
No.
I always had sausage
for
over
taste
bacon when I was
or
growing
for
up.
health
but
factor.
Well, no.
Both.
Yeah, I
Taste?
think
What do you
it's
enjoy
a
more?
push.
Bacon is way fucking better.
about
I
eating.
fucking love bacon.
I think it's a
Bacon
push on
taste.
health. I like sausage more than bacon because it seems to be more substantial. Like you
There's
can eat
more to it.
No, I get you there.
like
I
a
get
pound
you
of
there.
bacon and a pound of sausage. Like a pound of sausage lasts you a long time.
Yeah.
I eat
You'll
them.
feel- you'll fill up more.
When I was doing fences, like doing bust ass.
every time
work,
you have a
I
pound
would,
of sausage,
you know,
you feel a little bit more, right, Dan? Or was that, sorry, getting pounded by sausage?
There you go.
I am the sausage pounder. Thank you.
I do the pounding in the night.
As long as there's plenty of sausage.
That's right.
But like sausage and pancakes is where it's at.
I sometimes
See,
have to
I
put
don't-
my sausage right in the pancakes.
See, I don't like my meat getting syrupy.
What? That's about sausage.
Sausage is fine when you
Yeah.
get syrup
Oh,
on
Oh,
it.
bacon
Sausage
and syrup is good too.
I want
You
my
little
bacon.
dippage.
Okay, so
Lane, Lane, are you some kind of disgusting shit pig? Are you not separating your
Pig's
meats
filthy
and
animal.
your starches?
Well, when you have a plate, though, sometimes you just get everything on one plate.
Oh, or are you just gonna just dump all your syrup in like a fucking animal?
I can make big
God, you
pancakes.
piece of shit.
I make big
You're
pancakes.
disgusting.
So here's another question.
whatever.
How do you guys do your bacon? Do you want it crispy or like
Crispy
not
with a
quite-
little bit of chill.
Ah, shit. That's the sweet
Gotta
spot.
be crisp.
That's
Yeah,
such
yeah.
A little bit
And
of
if you
chill.
get different bacon from different places, and
The
different
thick cut's
cuts, and
always
different
got a nice
thickness,
little
That's why you
chew
have
to
to
it.
get a thick cut.
It's
That
always
thin
like-
cut shit sucks.
That's
It's
one.
just like,
That's
that
one-
shit's like eating paper.
That's one of the reasons I don't. One of the reasons
Really
I
good
prefer
tasting
sausage
paper.
over bacon is you got to monitor your fucking bacon. You got to. You has to be
Cook it in
just
the oven.
right.
That's my favorite way
yeah,
to cook it.
I cook mine in the
Sausage,
oven.
you
and
go,
it's-
"Bleh," and then you fuck off, and you come back to delicious crispy pig.
Yes.
And so bacon, it's like flop, 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 burnt.
No,
Yeah,
that's why you got to
yeah.
do it legitimately. You put it in the oven.
I don't want to spend 45 minutes on my fucking bacon.
It takes 20.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
why was
prep
that?
that shit
How
out.
is that better?
Take your
Fuck
whole pack of bacon, you put it on the pan, you put it in the oven for 20 minutes, and then if you do want to
you
like
flip?
I don't even bother flipping because I
you
will
don't
take
need to
that
flip it in
bacon.
the
Put on a
oven.
rack.
You don't always hit the flip. I like to flip.
I'll
I'm
take
a
it out
flipper.
before it's actually done, and then like whatever desired like thing, you just put it onto your fucking pan and heat it up for like what 30 seconds on each side. That's fine. Because
Out
I
of the
prep-
oven.
No. Like
Okay, so
out of the oven, but I do the whole thing at a time, and then like I have it prepped, ready for whenever I want it, and it's literally
Oh, I
like,
see. For
If you do a
warming
lot
it
of
up.
cooking,
Yeah.
you find yourself doing a lot of prep and having it left around in your house or what
Yeah.
pantry.
No, I get that.
I'll
I
have
get
the whole
that.
packet done, but I'm not going to eat the whole packet in one side. I mean, sometimes. But most of the time, it's like, well, I'll only do like 4 slices this morning, and then you just pop, and you're
there you go.
See, that's
on,
me.
on that note, there's also say if you eat a whole pack or not, there's also the yield on bacon. A pound of bacon, I mean, you might only get a quarter pound at the end of it because there's so much fat in it. That's
Yeah.
another reason I like sausage because it is
Yeah.
more substantial.
But you save the fat and use it in cooking and just have bacon flavored everything.
God damn
Yeah.
No,
right.
Yeah,
no,
you want
no.
you want your
bacon
potatoes.
grease does not equal bacon flavor. I've learned that the hard way. My man tits are here to prove
It's
it.
not meant to be bacon.
Yeah,
it's
but it
just
doesn't
a little
the same.
seasoning.
It's just a little
now
extra
if it's actual like
better than oil,
now if
better
it's
than
lard,
butter.
actual rendered
Bacon.
lard, that's a different story. But bacon grease itself, no.
But cooking your eggs and
Just
bacon
having-
grease
You're
not
is
living.
delicious.
Oh,
Or
little
your
bit of
potatoes.
100%.
a little bit of bacon
But-
grease.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not bacon
All
flavor.
of
Or a lot
No,
of it.
I agree.
Who
It's not
cares?
bacon flavored.
Not
but,
the-
it's
But
still
you
like,
don't have the
it's-
saturated fats of like butter. I mean, it is
better
technically
than
healthier
butter.
than butter, but it's
You put
still
butter
fucking bacon
in,
grease.
and you put your bacon grease in with the butter.
There you go.
All gonna clog
Yes.
the arteries.
Oh, no,
That's
it's all
that
terrible
fucking
for you.
I mean,
matters,
you guys don't
know.
cook your bacon with butter?
I cook my bacon
Well,
with
you're at
bacon
my
with
house, you'll
bacon
follow
with
my
bacon.
rules. Now go to your bacon.
I put butter on my bacon when I eat it.
Goddamn right.
I don't know.
Thanks. I already made that reference. Thank you. I always made the Simpsons reference. You
Well,
pay attention.
excuse
it's
me,
like the
sorry.
toast. You
I didn't
butter
know.
your toast, then you put your bacon on that, and then an egg.
How do you eat your toast, Dan? One corner at a time, and then a middle bite, or
it really depends
dive
upon
right
the
in.
day.
Muff
I
dive
pretty
in.
much dive right in. But like,
go where you
just
need
get
to.
those big toast crumbs up your
if
beard.
it's like a
it's
Saturday
cheap.
morning, I might even like take a fork and a knife and cut little pieces of it off because I have the luxury of
Jesus.
watching
With
cartoons
with your
while I do
pinky
that.
sticking out.
Fucking
God
fancy.
damn right. You see
Fuck
that?
yes.
Letting those crumbs fall on your fruity pebbles, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
But
You're-
if it's
that's
like
how
a
it's-
radio
In a
time,
onesie pajama?
I put that on there, I fold it up and just go "Arr," and keep going because I'm like, I don't want to have to worry about it in the morning.
Beautiful.
So we got really sidetracked.
How is that sidetracked? This is exactly what I want to talk about. Really quick on breakfast.
talking about
Have
bacon.
you heard of Kodiak cakes?
No.
Coffee?
Cakes.
That's what I call your mom.
No.
Kodiak cakes. I found them at Sam's.
Canadian?
The big box of it, but then they also have a bunch of different ones at the store, the pancake aisle. It's
Oh yeah.
it's
Yeah, the
pancakes,
protein
but it's
ones with
made
all the-
with like
yeah.
oats and shit. It's not just flour. It's like oats, barley, grains. Obviously,
Oatmeal
Wow.
They got the
pancake.
big bear on the front of it.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're
that's
actually
kind of
like
what I was
a
imagining.
protein source
Dude.
with vitamins and all that.
I've been eating that for like breakfast. Of course, I don't eat pancakes because there's no redemption of there's no reason to eat a pancake.
I love 'em.
That is pure just enjoyment. You cannot eat a
Yes.
pancake and say, "Oh, I'm good for the day." No, it's complete.
That's a
garbage.
Sunday morning hangover
Yeah,
with
that's
a mimosa kind
hangover.
of
But
shit.
they're
Garbage.
fucking delicious.
They are absolutely, but
You
there's
soak
no,
them in
there's
butter.
Yeah, you need to eat 3 hours
no
sugar
later.
nutritional
syrup.
value.
Yeah.
And then
So
you have your
today-
mimosa.
And then you have a cry.
So the way they package it is the
you
mix
get
they
on
have.
for day.
Basically, make two
Maybe you make it
good
to the
sized
next
pancakes
day.
for these things, and just that, and 3 eggs, and that held me from 8:30 till like 2, working.
Yeah, those things are
Dude,
solid.
those things. Oh, dude, those
Sound
I forgot
good.
like
Fucking
until
sound
like you
good.
said
Crazy.
pancake where it's like yeah the bear. They are fucking good.
And I haven't even tried. I haven't tried anything. Any other
Only
Anybody here like
I've
whipped
only had the
cream on
basic.
their pancakes?
like
No.
what? Like what?
Peanut butter
Whipped cream.
Whipped cream.
Oh yeah.
on it.
I just made a chantilly whipped cream this week that was fucking bomb as fuck.
Too fancy.
Vanilla bean style.
Well, obviously you put
Christ.
vanilla in there.
Oh yeah, it's
that
like
sounds
double
good.
the sugar basically.
there you
and
go. Yeah.
Extra whip, you get real nice stiff cream.
You guys ever put vanilla ice cream on your pancakes?
I have done
Ooh.
that.
I have not, but that
I was-
sounds.
I was forced into it when I was a child by my dad's friend in Okoboji. There's a reason he died of being fat. But I was like, I don't want to ruin my pancakes. And he
That
just
was
like left the
Minnesota
diner,
thing.
walked across to Derrick and came back with a big fucking thing of full ice cream.
And you're
I'm
like, this is actually
I don't want to
amazing."
do it. He's like, too bad. And just blonk. I'm like, it's just cold syrup at that point. I mean, basically, it's just sugar.
No, but it's the way it melts
Ice
onto
cream
it.
for
I
breakfast,
guess,
though.
it was
I have
cool,
a story
but
about ice cream for breakfast.
there's a reason
that
he
two
would
of you will
fluctuate 100
remember.
pounds at a time.
I've had mint ice cream for breakfast.
No. Do you remember that chick I had over the one time who like showed up and like showered randomly? Stuff. I don't want to say her name.
Can I borrow more beer?
But one morning
Derek,
I
you need-
like I
need
made
one too,
oatmeal,
probably.
and she's like, I don't like oatmeal. So she had leftover ice cream from the night before. So I'm eating oatmeal and some eggs.
That box
and
I
she's
came
just
in?
eating ice cream. And legitimately, like 25 minutes later, she's like, my stomach hurts and I don't feel good. I'm like, yeah, because for breakfast, instead of having food, you ate a gallon or half a gallon of ice cream. What the fuck did you expect? And you guys,
Do you
were
have
there
any
for
more
that.
Charmin?
I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like,
was
how
there
much
for
And
it.
I'm like,
beer
I,
do you
I
have?
did
It's
make
Derek's.
fun of her. make
Derek, how
fun
much
of her,
beer do
but
you have, and how much money should I give you at the end of the night?
I'm sure you're
You
fine.
can give me all your money.
Because I literally got home,
and
parked
I
my
have
trailer.
at least 9 beers, I think,
I did-
left. Maybe even 11.
Shit.
I have a golden shower in the fridge you can have that Chase left here last time.
I have a
Chase
golden
left-
shower for
that
in the shower.
I don't.
It's
in the-
actually his
Is that
piss.
a thing?
It's in the
It's
fridge.
his piss.
It's in the
Chase
fridge.
peed in a jar and gave it to Lane because they do weird things together.
And you can have it.
I'm in.
Okay, thought so.
It's an all natural jar.
It's from his
too.
golden dick. Don't
How
worry.
close? Nice. Where's nearest packaged liquor store right now?
Beertopia is just like down the street.
Okay.
Any beer you could ever want is there.
Okay. I'm
Speaking
not
of
trying to
drinks, can I have one of those shots?
I'm not trying to get too cranked up here, but
They're
it
not
is
mine,
Friday and
they're
I just
Lane's.
worked all day, so
Yeah, that happens. Derrick, are you going to start taking
Yes,
us through
so-
some topics?
Yeah.
Take a
Sorry.
little.
Now we're
I'll
talking
get
about
us some
pancakes.
Four Roses shots.
All right.
Do you want a Four Rose?
Oh, yes, I do, sir.
You know, I would love to take a 4 Rose with a nice glass of lemonade. Speaking of lemons.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, that is a great segue. I love that. That's good.
Lemony Ricketts, a series of unfortunate sound bites, our governor was recently quoted in the national news for saying, if you legalize marijuana, you're going to kill your kids.
That was so fucking stupid. Oh, I hate that so much.
How do you guys feel about legalizing marijuana in Nebraska? Because it's going to be on the
I
ballot
want it
again.
to get legalized so people can shut the fuck up. I'm so goddamn tired of it.
Do you believe marijuana kills kids?
Oh my god. No, it makes parents fun because they cook pancakes for their kids at 10
And put
o'clock.
ice cream on it?
Yes.
Thank you.
No, I mean, with the whole, obviously, the whole legalizing marijuana, that's been in, a thing for stoners for a long time.
Well, yeah.
Nebraska's
obviously.
been pushing
I'm-
for it for a while.
Oh, yes.
It's been illegal in this country for I think a little over 100 years now.
Well, since the 30s. It's one of those, I bought a website called Midwest Dispensary Directory back 10 years ago.
Because you were hoping to sell it.
Because I was waiting for, legalization on a federal level so I could have a cool, a dispensary website. Granted, it's a shit name, but I'm sitting on it just because it cost me $10 a year to fucking keep it, so whatever.
Why not? You never know.
But I am fully prepared at the time for Nebraska to be the last state. Not the one of the last.
There's only-
the
I think
last
it
state.
will.
There's
that
only
would make
there's only
sense.
9 states that don't have
Some level of
some
legalization.
sort
Exactly.
of medical or recreational.
We were supposed to have medical, and then it got voted in. But over 70% of Nebraska voted for it.
There was the ballots.
I will
or
drink to
whatever.
that.
Well, no, but you could
Fine.
die and jump off a building.
But
Some
they
of it-
said that it
Ricketts.
couldn't get enacted because of technicalities. And that was only for medical marijuana. Now they're trying to get it back on the ballot for full legalization.
Yeah, and it might happen because
That's why Ricketts came out and did this shit. Or said that.
because he's scared.
And he brought fucking Osborne up as a prop. Come
Yeah.
on, get out of here.
Yeah.
Osborne doesn't even know what the hell's going on anymore.
Because Osborne spoke against it at one point, right?
Because he had so many players
30
that were
years
on
ago.
it. Yeah, it won me championships. Don't do it.
Interesting. So this
Good old
you ever
Lemony
had-
Ricketts.
You ever had Fistful of Bourbon?
No.
It's a blended bourbon.
Okay.
5 different bourbons.
I like the Four Roses.
I took a shot of it one night, and it fucked up every whiskey I had after that.
Really?
It fucked up my palate. And this Four Roses is
Fixing it?
a four brand. Yeah,
It's
blend
good,
of
man.
4, but it doesn't taste anything like that batch full. The other ones tasted kind of off.
Yeah.
This just tastes like whiskey, and I was like, "This is good. What is it?" And I see it's a
Yeah.
blend. It's
There's some people who do good with their blended
That's
whiskeys.
interesting.
There's some things that
Very
suck, but
interesting.
yeah. My
Yeah.
favorite whiskey.
Four Roses, one of mine.
Fuck. It is hard to say
Anyway,
what my favorite
do you
one
guys
is.
know how to
I
make-
I don't
go
want
to.
Sorry,
How do they make prison alcohol?
I don't want to get
the toilet?
That's sugar,
Yeast.
fruit. Put it in a plastic bag with a straw in it so it doesn't blow up, and then you hide it
Let
in
it
a dark
ferment.
spot and let it ferment.
Don't you put some
Why do you
sort of
know
bread
so
in
much
there
about
for the
prison
yeast?
alcohol?
bread.
Yeah,
Bread,
you need
yeah.
bread for the yeast.
Oh yeah, you do.
Some comedian I actually went through the whole thing on how to do it. It's pretty interesting.
Doug was talking about it.
So I don't
Doing
want to
it.
sidetrack with a different type of inebriator.
Well, you don't
Talking
have
about
to
weed.
because
Sorry.
the state is about to open up a whole new large prison.
What?
Hooray!
They're
we're
closing
talking about
prisons,
Can we
and
grow
Nebraska
weed
is
there?
the only state opening a brand
thought
new
we were talking-
1,500 person.
Well, yeah, because we
prison.
got to keep all the
thought we were talking about weed.
people.
Well, a big
locked
part of
up.
that people are pissed off about is they're saying you're doubling down on keeping weed here illegal, so they can keep putting people in prison because we make a bunch of money
Oh, there you go.
off of privately held
Okay.
prisons.
Prison for
I get
profit
that.
is a very bad thing in our country or
What?
society.
Profiting off misery? No.
Yeah,
But no,
not giving people a redemption, just keeping them
or
in
just
jail.
putting them in there for bullshit. But yeah, profit prisons are like, dude, you guys are making money off screwing people over and making sure they can't better their lives because if they go out, they don't have the options to do things because they've got their criminal history. So then they do other shit that could get them back into the prison, and you still keep making money, and then you send them out with college level debt.
Guess who's paying for the prison?
Me.
The taxpayers. Guess
Of
how much
course.
this one is? $230 million. Guess how
that's
much
what we
estimated if we had legal weed we'd make off taxes?
That.
400 million?
Approaching $1 billion
5,
is the
yeah.
estimate.
Oh.
What's Colorado making though? Like obviously that's kind
Colorado.
of
Oh, sorry. Did I? Yeah. No. So the first year Colorado had it legal, I believe the ballpark was their estimate was $15 billion in taxes that they'd make. They ended up making $25 billion before the year was up.
And then they can't even report all the money they actually made because they're not
Now.
allowed to take that to bank, or they can't.
Oh
use,
yeah, the whole cash, the federal
Yeah,
thing.
they actually
That's
have
what's
to,
driving
like,
up a lot of
if
housing
you're-
market too. They have
you're
people
FDIC,
dump
Yeah,
cash.
well, that's another thing. They are actually buying houses and property with
Yeah.
their things because they're
Artificially
not
inflating
allowed.
the whole market.
Yeah, because they're not allowed to actually put their money.
They're
into
coming
an
into
bank.
surrounding
They
states
have to
now.
launder it, type of.
Yeah.
Now, did you also see that study of the extreme increase of truancy since the legalization of weed in Colorado?
I have not.
Yeah. So apparently, legal weed is great for, adults who just. It's just like booze.
Yeah.
Treat it like alcohol, and you have the same
Balance it.
problems you have with booze.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, hey, when I was 18, I didn't have any problem getting booze. Well,
Not a single
same
bit.
thing.
Obviously, they probably got it easier getting booze.
Same
than
thing
booze.
with
You'll
weed.
be able to get a
So
joint
apparently
as a high
there was
school
like
kid.
an insane. I'm not going to try to even quote a
Yeah.
percentage. I don't remember it as well. But the point is, revenue increased. Yes,
Did everyone get high?
But a
Yes.
lot of people, a lot of kids, fucked themselves over. Now they didn't die like Ricketts thinks they're going to do, but they kind of fucked themselves in the future because they just said "fuck school, get high."
That's
And-
every
But
school has.
here's the
Yeah,
fun thing for the
exactly.
side.
I want to say
What
that.
if they
But
got
then-
high
yeah.
and realized that the system that we're in, and they're like, dude, I'm high enough to realize that I don't need to go there 8 hours to learn some bullshit when I could learn real things outside. And they're not learning the real things because they're
Yeah.
high. But they legitimately were like looking at the school system and was like, dude, you're just indoctrinating me into a system that I don't believe in. Because that can happen on psychedelics. And weed is psychedelic.
I did the
So-
same thing, and now I kind of
not
fucked
as
myself.
much.
No,
It's
I
more
fucked myself too. Don't get me
psychoactive.
wrong.
I never graduated high school. I just went straight to community college, and they gave me a GED. I go, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Okay. And no, I mean, life is easier when you play the game.
You do.
Yeah.
It's that simple. When you play the game, life is much simpler. Granted, no, I don't want a 9-to-5 office job. I really don't.
No.
I mean, doing
That's the game.
9-to-5, just corporate AV. I was like, ugh, I'm here.
Yeah.
That's why
suck the
I
corporate
keep.
dick.
That's why I keep. I've started this like my fourth business I've started, just because I don't want anybody telling me what to do. And I
Hey,
want
it
to
makes
sleep.
sense.
I want to sleep till noon if I feel like it, type of thing.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So it's like I get it, but at the same time, I mean, if you don't have the mindset to be independent,
Yeah.
you have to play the game.
But
if you're,
so does that?
You do need the basic education. Like,
You need-
a basic
oh, God.
education.
yeah,
Oh, man.
basic education,
Yeah.
critical thinking is severely lacking
Yeah.
in this country.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
think-
another
Oh,
issue.
we should even start that because,
I
like,
don't- yeah,
my guilty pleasure right now for the last, week and a half has
Critical
been watching
thinking?
the SJW fails. And I know that is not
the
something we
opposite
should
of
even
critical
start here.
thinking, Dan.
Yeah.
No, it's the fails. Like, I should not even bring it up, but it's basically just like the brain dead. Like, look, there is a point behind everything, but your guys' point is so far from what actually needs to be addressed that I'm addicted to watching you say stupid shit, and then it's bad because then you get the pro Nazis where I'm like, God damn it, you're closer to the truth than these fucking idiots, but
Yeah.
So
You
yeah,
don't even
critical
wanna
thinking.
cheer for
You
anyone.
need to
Yeah.
learn that shit.
Yeah, but
and-
anyway, because I've held my best friend, my best friend for 15 fucking years. He does not know how to think critically, so he'll just hear someone spout off some crazy bullshit, and he'll
Yep.
believe it, and I go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Then he gets all quiet and upset with me because I called him out on something he has no idea
but
why
then
he
there's
has
no
an opinion.
defense for that.
They just
yeah.
Because he just heard something and is
Because he heard
regurgitating.
because he heard
I read
Stephen
it on
Crowder
Twitter.
say it.
Yeah.
He heard a podcast say it, and I'm like,
Well,
And-
podcasts tell you the truth, right? Especially this one.
Especially this one where we're like, let's take shots and drink beer and
It's nothing but the truth.
gonna
And
give
if you
you
guys,
I fucked your mom. That's truth.
damn it.
"Well, I hope he did it right."
Well, then legalize
No,
marijuana.
I didn't do it right. That was the best part.
It
Legalize
was like
marijuana in
48
Nebraska.
seconds
That's the
and
truth
then I was
now.
out.
And then I was
Honestly,
right
if
back
someone's
in.
gonna fuck my mom, I would appreciate if they do it correctly.
Right.
Honestly,
Yeah, treat her right.
Come on.
Take
You
her out
know,
to fucking
she's a-
dinner.
You're
and
right.
everything.
It's
Romance
in and out,
first.
and in and out. They sing a whole song about
In
it.
and out again.
Jesus.
Dorothy
In and out.
Mantooth is a saint.
Mama plays the fucking sleaze box.
The meatloaf.
Thank you. I have not heard an Anchorman quote like that in a while.
The meatloaf.
I know for sure I'm gonna burn in hell. Makes you think I'm afraid of burning right here. I fucking love that line. Anyway,
That was Vince Vaughn who said that, right?
Vince
that was
Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. That was Vince Vaughn.
Derek, next topic.
I hate you. But God damn it, I respect
Do
you.
we have-
We're not done talking about weed though.
No,
Ricketts,
we should keep the weed
Ricketts
thing
is a
going.
fucking.
You loved weed
okay.
5 minutes ago.
He's a sentient
Sorry.
thumb.
What?
Ricketts is a sentient thumb. He just
He looks like a
I
thumb.
hate.
He does
I've
have a
done
thumb
audio for
face.
him. I can't tell you 100 times. You know, because
Yeah.
whatever he does, it does events. I'm usually the guy.
Yeah,
I'm
you gotta
usually the
show
guy
up.
doing the audio. Do I worry about somebody coming to that fucking door?
There's someone digging through the dumpster out there.
That's every
Better than
dumpster,
digging
don't
to your
worry.
ass.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I hate how he's anti-weed, but it's like
There are merits.
I don't understand how he's the person that we chose to represent, considering he is so fucking rich. His family is so fucking rich that
They
the
own
rest
the
of the
Cubs.
state still.
Probably because he spent so
Votes
much
for
money
him.
broadcasting himself, nobody realized there was another candidate.
Well, no, absolutely.
He
yeah.
just had good
To think
marketing,
that
I
money
feel
doesn't
like.
buy money doesn't
Oh.
buy a office is bullshit.
He owns the Cubs.
But
Yeah.
Or his
Dude,
family
if you have
does.
enough
The
money,
field.
you can make things happen
like,
just because.
I had
Guess
to.
who else owns a piece of field? Lane Cherney. 1 inch.
You see it
of
right
Memorial
there?
Stadium
You see
field.
it's right up there?
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
I want to look
Yeah.
that up actually because it says honorary. So
Oh, bullshit.
Sounds a little flimsy in court.
here's a question I have for you guys. Legalize marijuana.
You can
How do you guys
honorarily
feel
wipe my
about
ass.
legitimately legalizing every drug? I don't mean like.
Oh,
no, not
Yeah, yeah.
Oregon style.
No, if you go Amsterdam,
I mean like
style,
Amsterdam, Portugal.
I
I'm in favor.
Whatever the South
I
American
want
one is.
this whole fucking country to be Amsterdam. I want legal prostitution. I want legal hard drugs. Class A narcotics are
No.
readily available.
No, you can't just
Shut
do
up.
everything.
I want someone to touch my wee wee.
No. Legitimately, the countries that have done that have less crime based around that. They still have the problems with it,
Well,
but
yeah,
they
but if
they
you-
can make people go like, look, you have a problem. We're going to spend this money that we would have been doing policing you and putting you in jail into actual rehabilitation programs where you get treatment and help if you need it, and it's not such a social stigma that like if you did some shit back in the day, you are no longer allowed to be like function in the future.
Yeah. Well, what if it was like Las Vegas? Drugs were legal in Vegas.
Jesus Christ, that would be a massive.
I just don't think it should be everywhere. I think there would be
No.
chaos everywhere.
It should be everywhere. If you have it one place, you should have it everywhere. Vegas would be insane, but at the same time, if it was everywhere, people wouldn't be having to go to Vegas to do their hardcore partying. It legitimately, like, it's everywhere. You don't have to worry. And, like, I do mean that because we spend so much money fighting
war on drugs.
On the war on drugs.
Well-
and, like, we could actually, like, you want to cut the cartel violence? Stop making it illegal so that people are killing each other to get shit across the border. Stop making things
They
to...
stopped making money on it.
I want to say Colombia
it's a
because
South
it seems to be
American
the obvious
place.
one. I think it's Colombia. One of those countries, they buy all the cocaine that the country makes because it's cheaper to buy the cocaine than to fight the manufacturer. It's literally cost I think it was like $2 billion to buy it and $5 billion to fight it. So you're just like, oh, we'll just give it sell to us.
So what does the government do with it?
Hopefully they
somebody
bring it
else
to-
sells it
to
to
the
the
US.
government. Yeah, they sell it for somebody
I'm
else.
sure
but,
they got a deal.
I
with
but at the same
US.
time, like,
But-
imagine all, like, you know,
I mean, honestly,
all of a sudden, it's
why don't
not-
we treat drugs like alcohol? Because obviously alcohol is, the
Yes,
same.
you
If
definitely
you
should.
do stupid shit while on these drugs,
You have
then
a
you go
problem.
to jail. Just
Yeah.
having them is ridiculous. That's selling
Yeah.
them to a kid. I mean, you can't sell.
No, you should not do
It's
that.
cheaper to treat the
Procuring.
disease of addiction than it is to incarcerate someone for that
Absolutely,
many
100%.
years.
But it's just the actual absolute
Save your tax
basic,
dollars.
the absolute basic. I'm not talking about war on drugs. I'm not talking about the rehabilitation price. I'm talking the very basic. If I walk into a store and buy a bottle of Four Roses, and I go and I give it to a minor, and he gives me $20,
You're in trouble.
I'm in deep shit.
Goddamn right.
Why can't you just take that same thing and
Because you bought them
for
Four
cocaine.
Roses. You definitely got to get something better
And
than
why-
that. That's a
and
crime.
But
why-
here's the thing:
and why
you
can't you
can go
do the
in
whole
and
thing
buy
for
that
cocaine
bottle of Four
and for,
Roses
you know-
and drink the whole thing yourself as quick as you can. You could put that bottle down, and no one would say it's
die.
illegal. But you're gonna get fucking sick of shit if you drive a car. You're gonna crash. Like, it's bad.
You'll be
It's
dead.
the same
Also,
thing with any other
if
drug.
you overdose and die, well, okay,
Darwinism.
that's on you,
motherfucker.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those things. That's like
You're just
can't-
helping Pete Ricketts'
can't-
cause right
you
now.
can't
because
help
marijuana
people
kills
on-
kids.
On the
Yeah.
other side
You
of
can't
like
help people
overdose,
that
right?
don't want to help themselves.
So no, here's
Same
the thing
thing
about
with
the
alcohol.
overdose. If everything is
Reprehensible
legal
behavior.
and you have like some form that like kind of structures it, you're gonna have actual clean drugs for whoever is using that drug. So you're not gonna get like I'm a heroin junkie and then all of a sudden it's laced with fentanyl. So like your normal dosage all of a sudden has fentanyl
Yeah,
to the degree
you have
where
cleaner
like
drugs. Yeah.
you overdose and die. So there's
Fentanyl
actually,
should be illegal.
Oh, dude, fuck.
Oh,
Killed
dude.
Petty, Bowie, all
Yeah,
of
no,
them.
but that's because they were
Prince.
thought they were
Floyd,
Who?
George Floyd.
Really?
yeah.
He had it, yeah.
No,
They-
but like again, that they thought they were getting something else. If you actually like regulate it, clean things up, and like stop killing people over it, like the manufacturers and the poor guys who are like,
If
just,
you can get heroin, you don't need fentanyl.
yeah, and then your people are
Go
gonna
on.
like, sneak that- what?
Go on.
Well, no. Like I legitimately, I'm at a point. I do think everything should be legal. There should be testing zones. There should be like rehabilitation for people who need it because like the
You got
stuff is not going
PTSD.
away.
Go do some fucking shrooms, man.
yeah.
Get it under control.
Fuck, Bill Burr just did shrooms on his podcast.
Yeah, I
like not
know.
on his podcast, but
He did them recently because
Yeah.
everyone's been telling him to do
But
them.
legitimately, this shit is not going to go away. And
Oh, no, yeah.
It's-
That's the main issue. Is it's never gonna fucking go away.
The-
Just-
the raw
and
drugs
you're
would be
only
endless.
going to like let criminal
But-
people who have a like much more hardcore view of life
But it's the-
dictate how it gets to you. You're
but
going to
it's
have
the
someone who will
geezers.
shoot you.
Was it Hugo Chavez's
Yeah, it is
wife
the
that just
geezers.
it's
got
the
caught?
geezers.
Yeah.
That,
And they're saying
the
that
problem.
like he's over there making claims of not claims but quoted as saying, "Shove the coke up the Americans' noses."
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
Why
we'll
not?
buy them.
If it brings money to their country because we like that shit, and guess what? We do as Americans, and it helps stimulate their economy so they can lift them out of their form of poverty. Why the fuck wouldn't you sell it to them? We sell
People
all
want to
sorts of
escape.
shit.
You know, people want drugs.
I mean, I get the idea that you want to protect your citizenry. I mean, as a government, the job of the government is to protect.
Does
and,
our
and care
government
for and
really
support
want to
your,
protect us?
your citizenry? But
Serve and protect.
so I understand why they wouldn't want to legalize these things because, well, it's very easy to go OD on these.
Look
things.
what happened in the
And die.
20s
But
with alcohol.
at the same
Didn't
time,
work.
they don't actually care. It's just a ploy to get their votes. Because, I mean, let's be super honest. To be perfectly honest here. I mean, who the fuck gives a shit about their actual constituency beyond getting the votes to be
Maybe
elected?
a couple
Yeah.
of them.
I'm just saying. Ideally,
many
in the low government, sure. But as soon as it gets out, Ricketts doesn't give a fuck about you.
No.
No.
He doesn't give a fuck about me. Don Bacon surely doesn't give a fuck
Ricketts
about
family
anybody
just
east
loving
of
their shit
out of this
120.
state, aren't they?
How many of our
No, they just
senators
have a headquarters
and like
there.
you know jurisdiction
So
or
they're
like
moving it
judges,
to
all these
Chicago.
people
Yeah.
have done cocaine?
We're-
Like I really
we're
want to know
okay,
how many
we're sure stepping
politicians
on each other
have
here.
done cocaine or other drugs.
Oh yeah.
Like if you
They-
think
yeah.
that our
the rich
judicial
man's drug.
system and other places are not doing drugs in their free time, then it's a lie. If you go to your doctor and you got fucking Percocet, I guarantee you there are judges and politicians and other people popping Percocet. There's all sorts of drug use. It's just more like, well, we are gonna do it this way and it's okay because we're in charge. But if you get caught with it, we're gonna fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like there's
Protection. So the four of us aren't going to solve the war on drugs.
No, we're not.
And
but-
we're
but
all in
you know-
agreement that
but-
Ricketts is an idiot.
I
You
know.
know
I
we
think
can
we're all in
solve?
agreement that. Do you have some drugs?
Oh, okay. There was a bit of a pause, but so everybody knows,
We're
Lane,
back.
Lane flushed the toilet loudly.
Derek,
It was there.
next topic. Everyone be quiet.
I'm just gonna throw this at you real quick.
I'll be back on vaccinations then.
Yeah, fugly me.
Okay, the good, the bad, and the fugly. Vaccinations. The good, as of last week, 55 million Americans were vaccinated. Biden's on pace to surpass his goal of 100 million vaccinations in 100 days. The bad. Multiple states appear to have vaccination distributions going towards white people and not colored communities.
Okay.
The fugly. Smokers are being prioritized to receive vaccinations in South Carolina over anyone else.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean,
technically they have a higher rate. Yeah.
Yes, they are at risk. Statistically, them and fat people. So I'm like, if my throat
But
tickles, I'm like,
smoking's
oh,
a
God.
choice.
Yeah.
I guess you could argue overeating might
Wait, so
be a
is being
choice.
fat
but
not a choice?
smoking's a lot different, though.
I think it's kind of a choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess eat a pound.
And
of,
Satan,
eat a pound of bacon
everyone.
at a
Let
time,
the
yes.
record show he burped his yes.
I'm fat.
So yeah, that's great news for the vaccine. You guys sign up yet?
I mean, honestly,
You can get on a list.
We're all on the bottom fucking level.
No,
of
no.
the
If you get on the
vaccine.
list, they have people that no shows and shit. They will call you and be like, "Come get your vaccine."
I
If you get on a
recently
list.
ran into a person I used to work with, and he went to Walmart and got a shot. He's like, "Yeah, I was not on the list, but like because I put it on there and something happened, I was able to get my shot."
If you ask, they will leave you a shot.
However-
The thing is, they're gonna have to start chasing people down.
The reason
These people
I
aren't all
think
gonna go get
that,
shots.
Well, I think the reason that the numbers are lower than Biden was going,
No,
are
they're
people-
much better
Yeah,
than when
they're
he was
better.
Are they?
He's
Better.
way ahead of schedule.
Okay, good. Well, fuck. I thought people were like, "No, I don't want to take it."
Dan
Okay.
doesn't listen.
Not yet. Not yet.
Now,
Not
okay,
yet.
let's back up real quick here about
Fugly.
the okay. It typically takes 10 years for a vaccine to come out, and we did it. Okay,
In less than a year.
Germany did it or whatever. Let's see, very quickly, which is
They're so
insane.
proficient.
Obviously there's a concern about any vaccine that in the early stages. The same reason I don't buy a brand new car, first gen of an index car is because you don't know what the bugs are going to be. You don't know what needs to get worked out. Same with any kind with a vaccine, especially one that's been developed so fast. What are the issues? Obviously, I'm the bottom rung of the priority, so I get to see if someone, if it's a problem.
There's
Sure
a
enough,
55 million.
the one from I think it's the Oxford shit
in UK.
in Oxford. Yeah, well, they just quit because people were getting blood clots. People were stopping trials because they were getting blood clots. And of course, the people that would get the blood clots, the people that getting
They were already
the people that don't fucking need them,
that were already at risk for
yes.
getting blood
So
clots.
it's a very interesting. So I'm like, oh, okay, shit, maybe
There's still
maybe
been
there's something to this
55 million. Was that the stat?
because
As of last week.
I think it was the Pfizer one that caused the blood clots. So they stopped it in.
In the UK.
I think.
All right, all right.
Yeah, I like the
So-
statement he just made. Can
but
I
also
put an
bugs-
interjection?
But it also bothers me a lot because my parents have had their first in their 70s,
Mm.
so it's like, I'll say my mom gets a blood clot. That's it. I
Yeah.
mean, at that age, you're
It's a
fucked.
shame.
Same with my dad. My dad's always survived the heart attack 3 years ago. And I guess he's pretty opened up now. But I mean, it's
no
just,
pun intended.
but when you're, that old, a blood clot can easily kill you.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Especially because you don't find out in time.
So I just hate how we're finding out issues to the people that affect them most.
have already
Like
done
if
it.
I
too.
got a blood clot, it wouldn't be fun. Might
No.
not be fatal.
depending
I don't
on
know.
where it's at. Yeah.
See, I wanna put more onto the
Dan,
issues.
So Dan, yeah, what were you
More
gonna
onto
say?
the issues. There is a bill or law that is idea that is being passed around with the social media and the government things, where they actually want to make a tracking thing on your phone or basically a
the app.
barcode that shows, yes, I have got my vaccine and
I
now
can fly.
I am allowed to go here. I'm allowed to fly, and
like
this is
that.
going to go into grocery stores and things like that, and part of it seems like, yeah, that's a good thing for our society. We should know who's sick, who's not. But the other part of my brain is how much more stalking and control is this? Because if you didn't comply,
That's some
you
big
are
dick
not
energy there, Dan.
allowed to go into certain places. If you didn't comply, you're not allowed to go on a flight. If you didn't comply, you can't shop here. And I am not actually religious, but it harkens very close to that whole idea of the mark of the beast.
Mark of the beast.
Where if you did not participate in getting this, you are no longer allowed to have commerce in the society that you are living in.
Social security number.
Same, yeah. So that's kind of where
It's just the same problems.
that's where the weird shit with I agree with vaccinations, all that.
But you get a social security number if you're born in this country.
What the
you're
fuck?
always-
This is like
What the
saying,
fuck does
hey,
Mark
you have a
of the
social
Beast
security
have to
number,
do
you
with-
can't
oh, shit.
participate.
Because when
That's in the Bible and stuff.
social security
Okay,
numbers
we're
were
going back
always
a while here. You're going back 500 years in this shit.
no hundreds.
that's-
I get what you're
thousands.
saying. The mark of the beast. But what you're saying is there's a stigma.
There's going to be
what
a
we're trying to
stigma
say is there
that
a
people
stigma
will
if you don't have it.
that will use as a reason not to get it.
You think anyone
So
that
you haven't been vaccinated for a disease or a pandemic, you cannot go to do anything. And
which
social
actually
areas.
makes sense, right?
I don't see the
It
problem
makes sense,
there.
but there's going to be a fringe group that is always going to say
maybe the vaccination
I will
costs
not get this
$10,000
because if I'm
your
not,
insurance
like-
doesn't cover it, then you're fucked.
Well, that's a whole.
no,
the
no. I
insurance
think the more
In
the,
America, I can see that happening.
I understand what you're saying. So basically, if I'm understanding you right, you're saying, so okay, you tracking it.
It's government
So
tracking
you're
that.
tracking it.
You
I'm
think
good at
And if you don't do it, you can't go into family fare without a mask.
yes. No. At some point, you
can't
can't
get
go
your
into family
deep
fare.
freezer
you can't go
meat.
anything at all? So the thing is,
Okay.
It
especially
could take the actual like normal liberties and then take them away is what most people are not.
So,
Most people, the
so
fringe
you think
are
it's
going to be afraid of.
a,
Like,
a long game to take away your liberties. Okay.
but I actually, this is like it's not my belief. It's just a statement that
It's
I've
out
heard,
there.
and I
That's-
would
yeah,
like
that's
to
a
address
thought.
it.
Yeah, but that's also seems like a very roundabout way to fascism.
That's another reason that people
not
feel
fascism, just like
Well, no,
Yes,
like
control
legitimately,
fine,
it's
a
totalitarianism.
police state, a police
police
totalitarian,
state, a very hard form of control. Like it, and
Okay,
if you,
yeah, but if
Same
you,
thing
yeah,
as communism.
But here's the thing: the vaccine. This is the fugly part. Only is good for a year. Are we gonna have to get a vaccine every fucking year?
Okay.
And you have to update your app every year to say,
Okay.
yes, I got the
Yeah,
vaccine.
fine.
Yes, I can go to a
Okay.
fucking concert because I
you
got the
get-
vaccine.
Okay, you get a flu shot every year.
I don't get flu shots.
can I go to the strip club if I have my
You
vaccine?
know, flu shots some years are
Can
16%
I buy that
effective.
hooker if I had my vaccine?
Hold
sir?
on, Derrick, shut the fuck up. Flu shots, some years, have only been 16% effective. And the way they develop the flu shot is they take the flu from the previous years and they develop a vaccine for that. So not the current flu that's going around. So
Right.
flu shots are bullshit. I'm sorry.
Well, okay. On the same note, though, I get free flu shots every year,
If you get a free flu shot
And I
and,
do
and you
it,
feel like you're a healthy
You can be
individual,
16%
do
more
it.
effective
and I
against the flu.
haven't had the
At
flu
worst.
since I was a child.
Historic.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean,
You never get sick.
no, to be
no,
fair,
I'm not saying I
haven't
don't get
either,
sick. I'm
but-
saying I haven't gotten the flu
Well,
for a long, long time.
how do you know, though?
Now, because I know if I got the goddamn flu, it sucks.
Flu is just
I'm
getting
just saying-
sick.
That,
No.
fuck
No,
no,
it is a little more
don't
hardcore.
do
Like
that. No, I mean it
flu's
sucks.
pretty bad.
I don't know.
It's
not-
not just food poisoning.
Go back to Mar-a-Lago.
But, you know, but
It's a
also,
Bible.
Also, I could, just been lucky.
So
Who
say
knows?
that,
I don't
sorry.
know. I mean,
What
I
I'm
said I haven't had the flu since I was a child.
Okay.
My only point I was trying to make there is that there is a certain and it's not even like the fringe is going to really talk about it, but there is a certain point of government control, or there is a certain bit of control or tracking that could come in if we actually
Oh,
implement that into a if you don't comply, you can't go
Okay,
places.
yeah, but at the same time,
And
you're
that
a
is-
goddamn fool if you don't think that everything you do isn't being tracked.
Oh,
100%
it
of the time.
already is, but
So
the
I don't see
fact
what the
that
difference
now
is.
you're
I
not
really don't see what the
allowed.
difference is.
No, we're already tracked already. But if you actually become not allowed to go do things because you didn't comply with a certain rule, that's different than already being tracked.
Fair enough. Being tracked is one thing. Being tracked and being restricted because of I get it. Okay.
That's
So
my
that-
only point
that-
I was trying to
so
make with that.
the best equivalent I can think of is you can't buy this banana because you didn't like your grandma's Facebook post.
Is yeah.
That's kind of, okay. I get what
it
you're
gets
saying.
into that what is that?
obviously
The
that's a
Chinese
very-
the social credit
oh
thing.
fuck!
Oh.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
they
trying
wa-
to
They wanted to turn China into Reddit.
Yeah, but no, that's kind of like
Basically.
what this actually seems
Yeah.
like. Just the little pin that we're going to put here to move into that.
First of all, your Facebook has to be clean. You
Yeah.
have to have the vaccine. You cannot have
What
bought
does it
weed.
mean to have a clean
You can't
And
say
Facebook?
anything
then you can
against the
shop
party.
at the store.
And that gets back into our social stuff where you can't say anything about this, this, and this. And so I
No more
really,
racism.
as much as I dislike saying it, I do see that there is a point where people could have a concern.
Yeah, I can definitely.
But it's
see
out there. It's
where that's
something
coming
to
from.
talk about.
But it's one of those things where it's going to be so gradual. If it's a real thing, so gradual, we're ever going to.
But
You're
that's
right.
the
It
thing.
could take 2 more decades
What if,
before something like that happens.
It is so gradual that we're already we're
something
doing-
catastrophic
Keep in
could
mind,
happen.
I am playing
You're
the
real
devil's
fast,
advocate
bro.
here.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
I
legitimately.
think
Oh,
you're
yeah.
more
I
likely
love-
to get
yeah.
an implant.
Dan's nipples are hardening as we speak.
They're not.
I appreciate people playing devil's advocate. I mean,
Yeah,
unfortunately, that's not common enough. So thank you.
See, the problem is I have talked to a few people that actually that is a thing that they think, and keep in mind and this is in the industry that I work
Are they
in, where
QAnon people?
they're pretty much QAnon
Most
people.
likely.
Let's just be honest,
Well,
they pretty much are.
let's-
But I mean, at the same time, 1984 was a book, and if you go into their crazy QAnon shit, there are certain things happening where you're I don't like what you're saying because at a certain point, because it's racist and bigot and some weird ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the base underlying fear, I actually do see your point.
Yes, and
So,
unfortunately, that is
Given our
you know,
digital media, I think
Yeah.
that's one of the things that like
it's yeah.
it's-
In this day and age of the of digital information, it's very simple to state a opinion as
Be
fact.
totally wrong.
You state an opinion
and you don't
as
know
fact,
because
you
you're in
can
a
be wrong,
bubble.
and with the lack of like I'm saying, critical thinking.
Logarithms
Yes,
though
you
that
do
just
need
Lack
to
of
think
show
critical
about it.
thinking is
shows you
that's
what
how
you wanna believe.
QAnon can become so big. That's why we have a elected state senator saying Jewish space lasers are causing wildfires.
Hey, that's not Nebraska's center.
okay.
I want to know though.
Obviously
quick-
that's an extreme example, but
I do want to make fun of the Jewish space lasers because I fucking love that.
I do love that. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
my
That is
goodness.
funnier than
It's,
shit.
it's
to
not
me.
Jewish space lasers. It's just a Jewish financier.
Okay, so the
Whatever she
original,
said, Jewish space lasers. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
No,
I
the
love
original
that.
Jewish space laser thing was directed energy weapons. That is actually
Using
a thing.
crystal
It's a
kosher
patent-
salt
it's
to
patented.
focus
No,
the
no,
laser beam.
That's a real thing. No, that's not even a crystal kosher. There are legitimately
A rabbi blessed my crystal. Do not worry.
no. So
What if you had Jewish
what that
lightsabers?
spawned from?
Oh my God.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Oh shit! There you go.
Your Schwartz is bigger than mine.
It is so much bigger.
That's the kosher kyber crystal. Is the Schwartz?
But no, so how that conspiracy kind of evolved is there is legitimately they could
That got
take
me, that got me.
a
Ooh, boy.
satellite and beam a laser down to a engine block and shut the engine.
I got
off.
beamed twice today,
So,
Scotty.
like that's where the original thing came
Yes.
from, and then they're just like, blah, blah, blah. And then that's how
And
it
then it
got
goes
turned
fucking
into
crazy.
Jewish
Yeah,
space
I
lasers.
get
Where
it.
you're like, no, like I mean,
Can they start the engine from the laser?
no, they
Ooh.
just melt that
Well, then
shit.
fuck it then.
No, it legitimately like
Dude,
it
triple
shuts
A
the
It just
engine off.
melts it. It doesn't like shut it
melts
off
Yeah.
or whatever.
You can't control
Dude.
it melts that shit.
Wait.
But it's funny to see how how it goes.
We could do AAA if you could start an engine from
Oh
space.
shit.
Dude, they would
Give it like a battery boost or whatever.
I'm not talking OnStar shit. I'm talking about actual energy goes, because
I think they have that.
of
You
the
can start a
satellite.
car with your phone.
Yeah.
That's
It goes to
no,
space and
No,
it's
no,
right there
he's
under
not
your
talking
car.
about
Be a dickhead.
turning it on.
I'm saying
Like
a dead battery, they can charge it from direct energy from space. They're
That's
working
Tesla.
wireless
Ambient
energy.
energy.
well, shit, at
No,
that point
that
we
is
don't need
Nikola.
gasoline because you could just turn
Wireless
my
power.
fucking electricity on from space. That'd
Well,
be
so
great.
wireless power,
Yeah.
has been in production for at least 10 years. I remember reading about it in like EQ magazine in like 2007.
Or 100 years ago. That's what Tesla
No,
was
No,
doing.
100 years ago
And-
it was
Well,
developed.
Okay, fair enough. But the
it
actual
wasn't
use
perfected.
of,
It wasn't perfected.
Yeah.
but
it
in
got
use,
shut down.
practical use for a consumer
Government
base.
stole it and is now slowly releasing it again.
Is it practical right now or is it still like theoretical?
I
like
do
they've
have
proven
some
we can do
about
it.
I can't buy I can't go buy a remote
Yeah.
powered speaker yet.
You could build one.
I can buy a wireless speaker.
You can buy a remote powered
speaker.
dildo if you want.
No, that's just a remote dildo, and it's a butt plug for these dudes. Okay?
Oh, no,
vibrates.
they have a rider
You
for
could
women.
battery
and
it
the
in and
man
wiggle.
can control it
I don't
from a
care about the
wireless
women.
remote.
I'm not buying it for women. I'm buying it for me. Okay.
Or
Get it, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not
whatever,
just Tom.
whatever you can do. Trash talk does not
You know what
change.
I've noticed?
Put
Butt
one
plugs-
statement in about the Tesla thing.
Hold on.
No,
Butt plugs.
After.
hold the butt plug.
Okay.
I usually
So,
do.
I want to hear about
Nikolai-
Nikola
This
tassels.
is like a very minor point, and I'm not going to exaggerate because I didn't watch too much of it. But legitimately, so Nikola Tesla was talking about radiant energy and all that. But
Ambient.
ambient, sorry. But he based some of his theory off that the atmosphere is a good conductor for electricity, and thus the Earth should be able to conduct electricity worldwide.
Could tap into.
As it turns out, later with our science, 100 years later, the atmosphere is not a good conductor for electricity. So all his systems would have to be much closer than he thought, and basically didn't work the same way. So the ambient Earth energy, like the atmosphere, does not transfer electricity the way he thought he did. So now people have actually looked at that and that shit doesn't work. So they're still using some of the same ideas, and now we have the magnets that spin between the spark plugs that can create free energy. But it takes his principles, but also changes it to hey, we actually have more science in the future that we've studied because you were way ahead of your time, but there is certain stuff because you were 100 years ago that we just couldn't test. Now we've tested it. So yes, your ideas were very good, Tesla, but you were lacking on certain information.
So what have we learned?
Yes.
So what we have learned essentially is that some of this shit could work, but not the way he thought it will. because we can't just
What
like
can work?
You can't just like
No, you
tap
just can't
into the
tap
atmosphere.
into it and broadcast it like 100 miles. You'll have to have some connector and some things.
Conduit.
Like, you'll have to, yeah. But so essentially, you'll have to connect it some way. You can't just do it. Like you'll have your sphere that works.
The Tesla coils just absorb energy out of the atmosphere and then
they do
broadcast
work.
it or
They
send
do
it
work.
around.
It's
But,
still
you can't
zero
bounce
energy where
one off each other to the other. You'll have to.
You have to
start
create a
from-
web. That was his whole goal, though, was to create a
Yeah,
whole web around
but
the
he
whole
still
planet.
did think that the atmosphere was a good conductor of the electricity, and it's not. The Earth itself has magnetic fields and all that, but I mean, this is
Do you want to take a smoke break?
minimalizing the more scientific people that know more than me. But essentially, he had some things where like, oh, it's so fucking
I wanna
good.
make a phone call.
But like, you got to take it back a notch so we can figure out that point and then go back to where you were. That's all I'm trying to get in there. That's enough for Tesla for me. It's just basically like
Tesla got done dirty. That's all I know.
he got
God
done dirty.
damn.
Fuck
He
Edison.
got done dirty.
Yeah.
And his bulbs.
Yeah. There were
Big,
some things that he
beautiful
was like
bulbs.
really close to, but they didn't explore it enough to get to the point where we're like, shit, and then take it back and then work from there.
That's yeah.
But I mean, fuck, man, I've watched so many cool YouTube videos of people making like free energy in tiny things. Sorry, like tiny little like free energy things. But like the problem is like this box is only yay big. It's got like your magnets and all that, but it only produces like 220 watts. However, 220 watts of free energy.
Yeah.
So, if we take those little like ideas and actually worked with them, I'm sure we could come up with better stuff. Because
Most of that's always stifled though.
it's
To try to get a patent for something
Yeah.
like that is fucking shut down. You're dead.
I know, you will
So,
die.
so real quick, I have to return a phone call here. But what I was going to say was they don't make the bases of butt plugs big enough. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, I actually want to disagree very hard.
The
there.
fire hydrant one. The fire hydrant.
No, I'm just saying, like
recently-
a, regular, like a butt plug with like where the top, where the
Christmas tree.
the barbs, where the sorry, thank you,
barbs?
where you know the base where the
Okay,
come
yeah,
out,
yeah,
the
yeah.
barbs are the same size as the base of the plug. So wait, so I'm like, so if that plug fits in, what's stopping the rest of it to going in you?
No, well, that's why they have that little like section that stops it.
No,
'cause, like,
that's not big enough. That's what I'm
Rip
saying.
it
That's
and-
not big enough.
No,
Don't rip it.
You clearly have not put a butt plug in your butt because it just like
First off,
sucks it in
I have
there.
not either.
first
but
off,
but you
que-
know
you need to
it,
question
like,
your
I
assumptions.
may have
First
done
off.
that to someone.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
No, I'm just
it sucks it in there.
Just from my own research,
beads.
From my own research, you got a bigger base so it doesn't go all the way up your anus.
so you
That's all I'm saying.
get the foxtail, so you just hold the tail, pull it out by the tail.
Yeah, but that'll get wet in the shower though. So, you know.
He's got a point.
All right. Take your shower.
Either way, the sex shop has shown me some ridiculous things where I was like, "That's real." It's
I think
almost
that's part of the
uh,
reason of a sex shop is to say,
No, dude,
is
like
that real?
no, that it legitimately
possible?
it confused me because even the base is going to be like, oh, well, that's your starter point, and it's got
The base is your starter point? I thought that
No,
was
no.
the end.
That's the starter point to put this ridiculous thing in, and
How did we get into butt plugs?
it's a weird transfer.
How is this
You know,
happening?
I'm not really sure.
Regardless, I was freaked out and just concerned for the human race because, like, if you can put that,
I'm a little
up there-
concerned for the human race when we're talking about butt plugs.
No, if you can put that up there, like, there's just something has gone wrong.
And this is where the story comes full circle. We're back to pancakes.
I fucking love pancakes,
I love syrup.
especially the Kodiak ones.
What's the next topic, Derek?
Well, I'm glad you asked because, Dan, you're in luck. I got a conspiracy-laden
Dude,
deep
honestly,
dive story
I have
for you.
not been conspiracy-ish as I should. I used to love it, but I just...
Dan got a smartphone and gave up conspiracies. Weird.
I gave him up a while ago, but now when I get on my smartphone, I'm like, man, that's funny. Look at that cat. Meow. Because honestly, any conspiracy that I had and still do carry has already been explained years ago. So anything else that is just happening now is just kind of falling into place with the ideas that are like, it's going to start here, then we're going to move this in, then we're going to backtrack and move forward and put this in, then backtrack so that nobody notices because we're like, oh, that's bad, and then move forward again and then backtrack. And it's called a totalitarian tiptoe because you can't put it all out at once. You got to like, oh, that offends people. So you backtrack it half a step just so that people be like, all right, at least it's not there. So you move forward another full step. but you backtrack to there. So you've already got one full step.
Dan, are you explaining this
Change
to me
the
or
new
to
normal.
yourself right now?
To you. It's called like
The
legitimately
new normal.
Yeah,
So they
the
try
new
to-
normal, but
It
like
sounds like Reddit to me.
no, you
They-
literally you have to offend. You find what the offense is, you bring it back a half step. So then from that half step, you go for a full
You
offense
you
again.
just keep pushing the line.
You're
and then
offending me right now.
pushing the
Dude,
line.
that shit's,
further
like, gonna
and
go
further
on.
away.
But anyways, conspiracy theories. I've backed out because I don't spend as much time.
This
Let's
isn't
be
all
honest,
conspiracy
The
theory. This is a real
people
story.
are gonna get you.
Let's be
with
honest right
lots
now.
of conspiracies
If you're
attached.
into conspiracy theories right now in this age, you're into Q.
And well, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because
See, Dan got a smartphone and
no. Why
Because
do you
he's
have
smart
to
Are you in
look
a
into
queue now, Dan?
Because
I
that
don't
a Q
fucking
believer.
even know exactly
because
what
that
QAnon
is that is the conspiracy of
yeah,
the age.
I don't
right
actually
now.
pay attention to that.
No, there'll be a
because-
movie next year.
No,
I'm
no,
sure.
no. Legitimately,
Q.
do you know where the term conspiracy theory came from?
What, QAnon?
No, it became. It was because the CIA actually wanted to put people who believe in things that are actually real into a fringe group. So they came up with a concept of conspiracy theory, actually opposed to like. No,
You're not
this-
talking about QAnon. You're talking about just
I do not
the
give a shit
idea
about
of
QAnon.
planting conspiracy theories into the
Yeah,
general populace by the CIA.
Okay, you love aliens, right?
Oh, we're hoping to talk about
So-
some of that tonight.
We're gonna get into the aliens, but essentially what happened is like, all right, we're gonna like put some real information out there because shit's happened, we can't hide it, and then we're gonna backtrack it into this weird stuff because you're a conspiracy theory, so you wear a tinfoil hat on your head and you believe in QAnon, even if there actually are legitimate points of QAnon, which I have not looked at, so I can't like get into that. But the conspiracy theory title legitimately is made to take credibility from real information and hide it in the
Are you admitting
like, cloud.
that the CIA has poisoned your mind?
Yes.
He's prevented his mind from being.
No, they've poisoned and then they've confused.
I put my own conspiracy theories in
Dude,
my head
we
so
have
the
already
CIA cannot
talked about
bastardize
all
it
that
again.
stuff. The goddamn guy who like was filming the drones, and they're like, "Yeah, you're right. That's a fucking UFO." And he's like, "Yeah,
The Denver, Colorado dude?
no, he was a New Mexico guy." But
Oh,
either
why
way,
wouldn't he
But
be?
it's easy to fake a UFO thing right
yeah,
now.
no, but they're like, yeah, it's UFOs, and so they got into like, it's a UFO. You're totally on a UFO shit. We're hiding it, and they fed him false information because they were actually just testing drones. And so the guy, like, he actually went to a
Oh,
psych
I
ward.
remember this story.
I mean, I'm not doing a good justice to it, but like, they legitimately, he watched them testing drones, and because they didn't want the information of like, yeah, we're testing drones, so they told this guy that he's like finding UFOs. So he went off the fucking deep end, and they kept feeding it to him until they're like, yeah, we got these things figured out, we can like go do them. And they're like, no, it was just drones, man. We were feeding you false information. That's how conspiracy theories are. There's
Dude, like, went
something
crazy
real.
and shit.
Oh
Trying
yeah,
to fucking...
he went to like psych wards and all that because he had videos, he had like communications that were like in the radio, but what was it called? Hidden. How do you call hidden?
ham radio. I have
No.
clue.
Like
Incognito.
Embedded frequencies.
embedded frequencies, stuff like that. Yeah. But it was literally he was filming drones, and we've talked about this on.
Okay,
here before.
okay, we have.
Anyways,
Let's go on to the big incident from the 40s.
The
Or whatever.
Dyatlov Pass incident.
Dyatlov.
Dyatlov.
Dyatlov?
Russian, right?
Yeah, it was
Ukraine?
an
Say it
incident
with
that
a Russian
happened in the
accent
Ural
for
Mountains.
What's that?
Say it with a Russian accent for me.
Well, Dyatlov.
Now drink vodka, bitch.
That's real.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not
Yeah.
bad. Yas.
What do they say
Okay,
for yes
don't
in
know.
Russia?
I
I
Go
don't
on.
know.
Go
Da.
on.
It's
All right.
da, you dipshit.
Da.
You fucking asshole.
Da.
Go put another butt plug in. All right. 9 hikers died in
sir.
Siberian wilderness under incomprehensible circumstances January 23rd, 1959, not 49.
This is the
59,
famous
yeah.
incident.
Yes, 9 people died. The government has a story. The facts say something completely different happened.
No way. The Russian government
And
making shit up?
the Russian government just came out this year on the anniversary and said, we have it all figured out.
Oh, it took him 50 years.
No,
I
it took
like how
them,
the U.S. goes.
70 now.
I like how the U.S. goes.
72 years.
Hey, UFOs, we have figured out. The Russia goes, yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got
we
it.
know.
No, this isn't
We
necessarily
know.
about UFOs. That's
Wow.
just one theory.
Anyway. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the fuck you're talking about.
We were about to find out.
Let's
Go on,
Let's
go
hear
on.
the story.
So, according to a Russian prosecutor general, at least 75 different theories that carry some sort of merit have been used to try to explain this incident of what happened to 9 hikers in the Ural Mountains back in 1959.
9 acres.
Although 75,
Hikers,
yeah,
okay.
9 hikers.
What's it called? So I can quickly look it up.
Dyatlov Pass incident.
Oh shit! I've heard of that. Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on with the story.
All right.
Where's that?
Give him the golden
The guy left over. What's?
Yes, get your drinks ready.
on the bottom shelf.
Be
Are you
prepared.
gonna have that seltzer?
I think we need another round of drinks here. Get ourselves in the mood for this.
Oh, Michelob. Oh, why call it Golden Shower?
It's golden light.
Yeah, it's golden light.
Well, fuck. All right, I'll take it.
We can
Alright,
shower you in it.
We have our beer now. Let's go on.
Do it. I need a beer.
Da.
He's got the beer over by him.
Svetlana.
Oh yeah, Derek. Oh, okay, I'll get it.
Yes,
Simple.
reach in between my legs and grab that beer.
Some of these hot ass Russian models on fucking Reddit.
well.
God damn.
Oh.
This is nothing about Russian hot
Don't get
models.
us distracted
Sorry.
right now.
All right. So there's a group of 8 students,
okay.
9 hikers all
Why don't
together.
you split that up, buddy? That's a bit intense.
Oh, wait a second. We're drinking now.
That was a
Yeah.
little much.
No, go on, Derek. Talk.
Give it to me.
Keep talking, D.
So a group of 8 students, all recent grads from a university outside of Moscow, decided to go for a hiking trip during an off period in school.
It's a
All right,
big shot.
and all of them were these seasoned
God.
mountaineers.
That's a lot of wow.
You don't have to do all that.
You don't have to do all of it. So
Hey.
they're going on a 16-day hiking trip into the Ural Mountains to reach one thing that's called the Mount Ortorton. In the native language, Ortorton means "don't go there."
Oh shit.
Oh,
I'll drink to that.
That's yeah.
Don't go there. All
don't go
right.
Salud.
Wait, what's the Russians? What's the Russian cheers? I don't even know.
Duh.
Duh.
Mother, don't question the government. Yeah.
Alright.
It's Pussy Riot.
Yes. So, anyways,
Yes.
this at the end of all this, basically they go on the trip, all of them die, and it takes 3 months for them to recover the bodies. Once they even found out they were all dead. So here's a quote from a publication here. I'll read it to you real fast. It's from the atlabscura.com. All right, here it is. They were found about 6 miles away from their destination in a forest almost a mile away from their campsite. So they were 6 miles short of where they were going to be, which is a 16-mile trek. So they were roughly a third-ish.
They ran a mile in the middle of the night.
Well, yeah. No, let me finish here. So from there, they found the bodies almost a mile away from the campsite without skis, shoes, coats, inappropriately addressed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then approximately negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit weather.
They cut themselves out of the tent from the
Two
inside.
of them. No, we'll get all to that. We'll get to
Okay,
that.
okay.
So let me get this through. This just sets the stage. 2 of them had fractured skulls. 2 more had major chest fractures, and 1 hiker was missing her tongue and eyes. Soviet investigators listed the cause of death as "quote unquote" a compelling natural force, and abruptly closed the case. Not even a month later.
Chupacabra. Russian
chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Okay.
There's a
they're
similar
much
theory out
larger.
there. We'll
Much
cover
larger.
it.
Yeti. The Yeti.
The Yeti.
Yeti.
Russian
I mean,
Yeti.
honestly,
Russian Yeti.
I mean, getting dry.
A fucking coffee cup.
I mean, it sounds
slit
like
their throats.
bears and shit, but the whole eyes and tongue, obviously, that's crazy. I mean, the obvious answer is a wild animal, but
But
it's
that's
like,
not obvious. Is that what the Russians think?
But as
No.
soon as you say the whole tongue and eyes thing, it's like those are soft
weird.
tissue. That's soft tissue.
Well, yeah,
But
maybe a
Soft
crow
tissue
or
is lips,
vulture.
tips of the
Yes.
nose,
Yeah,
the
birds.
eyelids,
Yeah,
but to
birds.
eat the whole eye, and then especially the tongue. And they're in frozen environment
So-
where their jaws are getting frozen shut.
Still, though, any animal that
Strong
happened
birds.
across it
Well,
would eat that stuff.
They
That's
didn't
the
have blown
first
out
thing.
teeth, just
if
the
you
tongue.
pull into the animal mutilations that happen in like New Mexico
Exactly.
and other places, there's specific spots that were like disappeared from
Anuses,
these.
eyes,
And it's
tongues,
like cut
lips,
out too, right?
laser cut
It
out
looks like
because it
it's
was
surgically
cauterized.
cut out.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
okay.
like they
Laser birds?
laser birds. Yes. No.
Oh god, that's why I twist my nipples.
Thunderbirds.
No.
Okay.
So yeah, that gets back into the animal mutilations that have happened where there are specific,
That's usually cows, not humans.
usually cows. But
We're people
I
are
mean,
animals. I mean, there's mammals
Well,
with hot.
Sorry.
Animal
way.
god
Sheep.
hybrid.
if
hot
you're
meat.
coming to study the local fauna and flora, and you're like, we're gonna cut this shit out to check them, a cow is not much different from a human if you're not from here.
Yeah.
Except they're quadrupeds and we're bipedal.
Yeah. Well,
if anything, the cow is more smarter.
Yeah, so is an emu.
I'm a cow.
Because
Can
I
you
just
milk me?
because I just said more smarter.
So I thought we were talking about aliens,
the nipples.
homie. I thought this is an alien thing, and if we're talking about alien mutilations, which I'm pretty sure this is going to get into.
No, this is not alien mutilation.
Well, then I don't give a
Damn
shit.
it! Well,
Although
then
it could
why
be.
the
It
fuck
could
did you
be.
start
it could be
like that?
because it's part of the facts.
Okay,
let's go on.
go
Let's go
on
on
to
with
the
the
facts.
story.
All right.
Go
Oh,
on.
please.
Let's hear
I
about
thought
the
that
trip.
was the end of
The
discussion.
trip. Tell
Okay.
me about the trip.
Okay.
So
Okay.
these 8 students and soon to be 9-person group
Were they on mushrooms?
begin the journey.
Were they? Who's the ninth? A Sherpa?
You're gonna find that out.
Yeah.
Sasha.
The suspense. God
Who's
damn it.
Sasha?
You.
Not
it's a
the
Russian-
stranger on the trip. I don't know. There's a
All
whole
right,
theory
all
about
right,
Sasha.
all right.
Okay.
Piqued my
All right.
interest.
All right. Everybody shut up. The trip. So it's a pretty treacherous path that they wanted to take, which is, part of the reason why they wanted to go. They were all experienced hikers, right? Where they were going in the time of year in the Ural Mountains was about temperatures hovering around 0 degrees Fahrenheit. They had kind of a leader guy. I think his name was Igor. He's 23 years old.
That's racist.
Igor?
Yeah,
It's a typical
This Russian
name.
guy.
Russian.
Russian.
And that's
Igor.
racist for calling
his
a
name's,
Russian guy
his name's Igor. He's like spearheads the whole thing, all right? Packs, like overpacks. They get this big ass, like 18-foot long tent, a bunch of first aid kits, cameras. They end up bringing a mandolin so they can have a little culture while they're out camping.
Hold on. I'm going to stop right there. Big tent, instruments. That was going to be a forest orgy if I ever fucking heard of one.
Yeah.
That was going to be
What
a
kind of
forest orgy.
supplies?
And it got
I mean,
fucking
really.
ruined
A
by
mandolin.
the aliens.
A mandolin.
I mean, really. I mean,
An 8-string
I'm here to probe
lute.
you.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
regardless if
Let me
they
put a
wanted to have
mandolin.
a forest orgy, some
just saying.
shit went bad.
Oh, no, yeah.
Shit
Yeah,
went down.
because the aliens wanted a gangbang.
Okay. Let's
Go
go
on,
on.
go
Let's
on.
go on. Let's hear
There's
this
nothing more
orgy
dangerous
ends.
than an extraterrestrial with blue balls.
All right, so I'm a blue down.
E.T. Bone Home.
And I'll splooge on your face.
All right.
Culturize out your tongue.
You seen Alien with the xenomorphs instead of another mouth, it was just another dick.
Dude, I
So-
fucking love aliens.
Popping out of his stomach.
Legitimately one
And
of my
they
favorite
jizz
series.
the acid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming down all the time.
On with the trip.
Sorry.
They're covered in pre-cum. All right.
On with the trip. I'm
Poor
meeting you.
Sigourney Weaver. Poor Sigourney.
You're coming. You're all over my mountains.
Let's hear about the first day.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the most important parts of this story is that the guy over-prepared so much that he got journals for everyone to keep track of everything.
Gay.
No, go on.
This is the 50s. This is the 50s. So,
Yeah, people
you
have
didn't
pen
have
pals.
Twitter. You didn't have a way to like look at the picture I took. We're out here. You had to write it down.
you had to journal. All right.
Yeah.
Journal your picture.
So where they were going from where their
All right,
university at was over 300 miles away just to start their journey. Okay? So their first day, this is before they're actually doing the hiking. They're at basically the town that has the train station that's going to take them part of the way to get to these mountains. They meet a guy named Sasha, who was wanting to go with them to go through this whole trek. He was supposedly a professional mountaineer.
Okay.
Well,
A Sherpa.
This is pretty
No,
fucking
no,
obvious
no.
how this verse is going now.
No, this
Sounds
guy's
like
got
a
a
horror
crazy
story
background
setup.
story we're going to learn about a little bit later.
Is he like an axe murderer?
Yeah, though Sasha liked to eat
Maybe.
eyeballs. It sounds like Sasha liked to eat eyeballs and tongues.
If you wanted
Oh.
a teaser, Sasha was part of the Red Army during World War II.
Oh, fuck.
So he's got some problems.
So
Like I
he's
said,
got
he's a
PTSD.
mountaineer, supposedly, is what he sells himself
yeah.
on. He was supposed to be part of a different group. And things fell apart,
The
and
other
now
group
he's
is
begging them, he's literally begging these people to let him join their group.
All right, let's hear it.
Well, that's pretty
Okay.
Honestly, I mean.
Wait a second. Can I ask why were the 8 going there in the first place?
Because they're all
Mountaineering.
not professionals. They're university hikers. They like going hiking. They have a
just-
lot of
it's ju-
experience.
it's just
And
those-
this was a challenging mountain, and they had time in between the next round of classes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hiking.
So it's just strictly a vacation. I thought they were scientists or
No,
something.
It was a
vacation
challenge.
adventure.
It was a challenge.
I wouldn't call it a vacation.
Okay, on the story. Sorry,
100%.
excused.
Yeah.
Life
okay.
improvement.
I didn't catch that because, well, I wasn't listening.
It's fine.
But
That's why I'm asking.
I completely understand the whole challenge thing.
All
So
right.
like, climb
Yeah.
out, I mean,
Yeah,
I like to
for
climb,
sure.
climb a mountain on a
So-
dirt bike because it's hard as fuck.
Sasha wants to join the group.
Do
The
a
leader
hike with the serial
kind
killer.
of like accepts him, and the rest of the team's a little bit apprehensive, but nonetheless, he ends up joining them. Weird part is they're all like early, maybe late 20s. Bunch of people that
Does he-
recently graduated or are still in school.
Does he happen to
He's
be?
37.
Does he happen to have like
This is
strange
1959, and he was in
strange
World War II.
tattoos? Is he covered in strange tattoos?
Yes, he is.
I takes you out here. I show you good
Covered in
time,
strange
y'all.
tattoos, he has one random ass string of letters that makes no sense in any language anywhere known to man, and it's never really explained. But anyways, he's covered in strange tattoos in this
I
random
has the
series of-
tattoos. There no problem, yeah.
Yeah,
No.
take me on.
That's German. Sorry.
Yeah, say, why is he German
Niet.
now?
Sorry.
It's
Yes.
World War II. You just think of Germans. Go on. Go
So
on.
his big selling point, though, end of the day, he's been on this mountain before, so they accept him. All right. So finally, January 28th, they've done a whole train ride, and it ends up in like some buses, and they're just like hoofing it places. They finally get to the starting point, and they head out in the wilderness. So the first few days, according to their journals, is actually like really nice. They have like these paths they're following that are created by this like local, I guess Native Americans, as for all intents and purposes, for Russia, called the Manzis. And around these paths in the trees were all these random symbols. They didn't know what the
The
hell
word
they
is
meant.
indigenous.
Indigenous.
Not Native Americans for Russia.
Yeah,
I
will
said
never
for all
say
intents and
indigenous.
purposes, they were like Russian
that
Native
what you
This is
Americans.
said?
Russia, and they're not Indian or Native American as fuck. They're indigenous.
Indigenous
Yeah.
Rush.
They probably got a lot more Mongolian in them than anything else.
Well, yeah, no, this is out in Western Russia.
No, it's like Uzbekistan.
Where they got
probably.
a fuck ton more
way
Mongolian
Western
than anything
than that.
else.
Okay.
I just Native Americans but Russian. I just like, come on.
I'm so glad you called it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you have to. Please trash talk. Let's go.
Yeah. We got the idea, but
you write that
let's
down?
use a
Is that
different
written
No, I don't see him.
Native
He didn't
Americans
write
for
that.
That's not
He
written
didn't write
down.
that.
He was just trying to
These
say
are my footnotes.
the old school local people, right?
I love it. I'm glad. I missed it. So go on, Derek.
All
Old
right.
school local
The
people.
Russian Aboriginals.
That is not all what I said. That's probably better than what I said.
A little bit better. The Native American Russians were showing them a great time.
No, they made a whole path for them. It was a rave. They had fun flashing lights,
They wore
and,
their feathers.
They all tripped out and thought they saw UFOs. That was the end of the story.
They cried about the trash and everything.
All right.
Yeah.
We've taken a good piss.
I miss Obama.
All
Where
right.
the fuck did that buffalo come from?
Playing frisbee with
Aura.
buffalo chips.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
sorry.
Keep going.
Let's skip the
Continue
mandolin.
on.
Skip the mandolin stuff and go on.
He had a mandolin,
All right.
tattoos.
So everything
They're
was
all
going
just-
well and happy. They're having good nights. The day of January 30th, the weather goes fucking insane. Massive temperature drop, and they ended up facing this crazy wind shear straight in their fucking faces. So they ended up having to like start making their camp like way earlier than they were hoping to. And they're kind of getting also the part of the mountain where, like, the forest is thinning out and you're in the fucking mountain.
The actual mountain, yeah.
Sheer rock bullshit.
Wind is kicking up.
Yeah. So I think that first night when this bad weather starts hitting them, they had this whole pact of, hey, at the end of every day, everybody has to partake, do the fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you
and
share camp
do the
duties. You
After the
Help
orgy, everyone cleaned
Well, they
dishes.
had one girl that fucking was like, I'm too fucking tired. I'm going to lay down. One guy just would not let it go. They ended up getting in like a really loud verbal altercation. One guy goes off, sews up this hole in the tent, which is what the argument was about. Like, we need to fix this hole in the tent. Very important to do.
Yeah.
Girl gets all butthurt, goes in the tent, refuses to come out and talk to anybody until after dinner. So they had this whole tip. This is an important part of the story because it goes into a theory of what happened.
Wait a second. How long? How far into
plausible.
the journey is this? This was a couple days.
So this was January 30th, and they hit the
Hashtag
trail
feminism.
officially January 28th. So this is like
2 days in.
full days
Second
in,
day
and
in.
on the third day
That's the
you're
thing.
hiking.
This girl finally realizes, like, wait, we're outdoors. There's no mirror. What?
That is misogynist. Don't be an asshole.
I'm sorry.
This is
clearly on the
1959.
rag.
You guys were
Women
talking
were cookie cutter back then. God damn it!
Okay,
So I kind of agree with Lane.
You're right. You're
I
right.
think
I'm
that
sorry.
might be a possibility.
sorry.
It's definitely a hard trek, and if a girl
Yeah,
was like,
hold on,
but you
hold
know
on.
what? These guys were professionals, supposedly,
Hold on.
and they're bringing along like somebody that doesn't
Wait.
belong.
So I thought
Maybe
that-
she
supposedly
belongs.
they all have experience.
maybe
Derek,
she belongs.
I thought you said the whole group were experienced hikers.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like
So
So I'm
she's been.
throwing water on that a little bit here.
we're about to dive into bad.
So either she wasn't an experienced hiker, or she was, and all of a sudden she started acting weird.
Accordingly, all
Or
of
her
them were
boyfriend
supposed
was,
to be.
and she thought she was
doesn't
just
have
like
a
her
boyfriend in the
boyfriend.
story.
So I think it was PMS.
Let's
I already
just-
said that.
Let's
No,
stop.
I'm saying though, if she was experienced, it's got to be PMS.
With all the things I've seen on the internet
There
now,
was
let's
there
just
was 8
not
students,
get into the
2
female
of
thing.
only of
Just-
which were women.
Just stop.
It's
bad.
fine.
Right.
It's okay.
So I don't know
And-
what that means
she
as
was
far as
there,
girlfriend
and shit
boyfriend.
happened.
Okay. Now you said that only 2 were women.
Only 2
Okay.
out of the 8
but,
students.
But now something we have known since time immemorial is you never go hiking with chicks. You never go camping with chicks.
this is where that story came from.
I agree, but sometimes you have to. So you go at the right time and keep it to be an easy trip.
yeah, but you don't go hiking to bang a chick because then she's all
Yeah, you
sweaty
do.
and her shit is.
Not in college when you're like gonna see this girl in
It's
class.
too cold
next
for
semester
sweat.
or whatever.
No, I mean I
I'm
don't
saying,
care
Don't
about
say that. That's gross. Ew.
sweaty. Is
hate
fine
that
because
term.
Sweaty is whatever.
I'm also going to
Fucking
be sweaty and
lick
stanky.
it no matter what,
But
right?
Yeah, I guess
no,
if you find a
you don't
mountain
do
stream
oral
and-
during fucking hiking trips for both sides.
No, that's
No.
that is in the Constitution. You don't do oral on
yeah, yeah. Thank you. I like you.
the
just,
founding fathers didn't go
No,
hiking. They just
You
lived
think she
out
wants to go
there.
down with all that like stank balls
Well,
going on
yeah,
because
I
there's
was
going to be
saying-
sweat and smells. She don't want that. You don't want that either.
Yeah, but like that,
That's a modern like
but like
conception,
a,
though. That is
a
modern.
sticky, pungent girl is
They
not
didn't
exactly
shower
something I'm
back in the
interested-
days, you guys.
No, in 1959 though,
Listen,
I could see
There
how
was
she-
running
maybe-
water in 1959.
if you are laying on the ground,
But this
in
is the
your
Ural
sleeping bags-
Mountains.
Hold
Let's
on.
bring it back to the
Okay,
Ural
yeah,
Mountains.
so
Yeah,
this
all
chick,
right?
this chick was
We
either
have a setting happening.
is either
here.
A on the rag, or B got shut down by her love interest,
Or C,
because
she's
on
actually
the
a
rag,
mountaineer.
because
No,
she's on the rag,
they're
or
just-
or 3. She's
just not
she's
feeling
not
it.
getting the dick.
She's just not feeling it
Maybe,
right
maybe
now.
she
might
got
not be
turned down
feeling it.
because everybody knows.
No,
Russian
that's
chicks,
option D.
Everybody
C
knows.
is she's a woman and she can handle herself. D is the dick.
Fair enough.
So
but
she's
everybody
not
knows
C.
if all my research is true, Russian chicks love the dick. That's really the only research I've done
Well,
on
she's
Russian
got
chicks.
6 to choose
They
from.
call it the Dodd
So
cut.
if she, yeah, but if she's
Okay,
getting
okay.
shut down by all these dudes, I can see why she'd just lay down and go, "I ain't fucking moving. Fuck you." Literally.
I see why we're analyzing this as 4 white guys, but let's like move on.
How dare you?
from
I
just-
legitimately
dare
just
you
started
assume
to take a piss
my
because it was funny.
There's no assumption. That definitely
I
happened.
am.
Let's move
then
on.
it was color.
She might
That
be
was
more
sex.
badass than
Let's-
everybody.
let's
I was just
see-
trying to like be silly and interject some.
Let's-
And I'm
stuff.
trying
All
to be
right.
misogynist. So thanks.
On the
for
third
ruining
day
that.
of the actual hiking, we get crazy weather. Crazy temperature drop. We got wind in the face. We got tons of crazy snow. They're hitting the actual sheer face of the mountain. So after going against all this wind, they set up camp, and that's when her name's Luda, the one that's like, I'm not gonna fucking help. All right. So remember Luda.
Oh yeah.
I still think it's rude.
Such a
not to
Russian
help.
prostitute,
Luda!
isn't it? Luda.
I still think.
Yeah,
it's rude
I
not
go
to
into the
help.
mountains.
All I do is win. I'm sorry. I just.
Yeah, I go into mountains with y'all.
I go to the mountains. It's like
Go on.
I'm just my mind is going straight to porn. I hear Russian girls, I think porn. Hey, you know,
We can't hear you. You gotta be with your mouth.
I've never
There you
met
go.
a Russian girl that wasn't a fucking knockout. Also, online, I've never seen a Russian girl that wasn't, I guess,
frozen to death.
yeah.
On the Ural
You know what?
Mountains?
That's what I'm into. I like froze porn.
All right, Derek, go on.
Keeps you stiff. All right. So the next morning, anyways, yeah, they had all this fucking crazy bullshit going on that night. And everybody's kind of feeling a bit better. They go on, but the weather's not getting better. Strangely, even though the wind's getting stronger and there's a bunch of snow even coming down harder than the night before, the sky is clear, is what they report in their journals. And later on, early in the afternoon, yet again, they give up. And they make their camp.
Don't tell me this is where the journals end.
Have you ever seen the snow?
This is the last journal entry.
What? Sunny day.
Hold on, back to the strong winds.
Fourth night,
Hold on,
they quit making journal entries.
Back to the strong winds and snow, but the skies are clear. In the mountains, though, weather doesn't.
Yeah, stuff whips stuff around.
Yeah, weather in the mountains is.
Well, it's
insane.
a setting piece. It's a setting piece.
So I can see, like, it's pretty easy to see clear skies, but you're getting snow and wind because of just the way things work.
It's
in the
a
mountains.
mountain. It's the side of the mountain.
Right.
Side of the
So
mountain.
that part, that's not paranormal.
All
or
the
weird.
leaves are brown.
Well, there's some pictures we'll try to look at
but
later.
I'm saying,
it'll
so,
actually.
like,
So all this is documented in cameras too.
I'm saying it's a note they made, but it's also
Yeah.
a
Natural,
geological
normal.
phenomenon.
That's
That's how it works.
I have actually seen snow come down on a sunny day multiple times.
This is all
It's
important
not
stuff
a
to know,
big
though, for all the
snow, but
conspiracies. They all touch light on
there's
this
some
stuff.
shit.
Were you California dreaming?
I was not.
We're about to come up to the fun part.
Let's go on.
All right. Sorry.
How do you think it ends?
Aliens.
Yeah.
No.
Keep
Everyone
going,
died.
God damn it.
Horror.
January 31st. This is ultimately the last day. February 1st.
Yeah, I thought we were on.
Either way, it's still
I'll cut that up.
All right. So this is actually the last of the photos day. No more journal entries. Everybody seems happy in the pictures, jovial. They're having a good time. Based on some photos and what they ultimately found for evidence, they had actually created a temporary camp to put a bunch of unnecessary equipment in while they climbed up the last stretch of the mountain.
Her name is Luda.
I'm glad you can remember. So around noontime, they take some pictures of them when they're not in the snow again, and it's looking apocalyptic as far as like the snow blowing around. Everybody's like blurry looking, and there is one final picture taken right before they set up camp, and won't mean much now, but it kind of comes back into play later.
Do you think it's like an interdimensional demon?
Oh, fuck off. Shut the fuck
Well,
up.
let's hear what the photo looks like, and maybe we can hopefully find
How do you
it.
hear what a photo looks like?
Because
We can
Describe
look at it ourselves.
Please describe it for us.
have you ever
Derek.
read a book? Jesus Christ.
So the final photo taken was literally a streak of light going up the left side of the picture frame, and it had a big black background, which they were able to figure out was actually the night sky. So some of the ideas about this is that it could be an exposure issue, but the way that with the camera that this photo came off of, the film, this camera was literally attached to a tripod. So in order for the picture to have a blurry background, either somebody was swinging the camera around, which I said was unlikely because it was a tripod, or that there was some sort of light emitting source or a flashlight that was streaking in front of it.
To tell you the truth, this was the 50s. They're still using film. You have to have specific film.
You can
because
say that up to 2010.
that no,
So, I'm
because of
saying-
that the level of brightness.
This is a
though.
film
No,
camera.
no. Let me tell you, because of the snow,
okay,
there's
Mr.
so
Film
much
Man.
light coming into the camera. You have to have a specifically non-sensitive silver layer on the film. I don't know. I made that part up. But you have to have
I
a
understand what
specific
you're
film.
saying.
You have to use a tripod,
There's
most likely
much
back in the
more
50s.
ambient light because of snow. I get what you're saying. I'm just making fun of you.
Yeah, everything's got to sit still.
I wanted to
and
put that in
collect light.
context. Sorry, I used my expertise for a little bit for that.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was dealing with an expert.
So, side little
Exposure.
mini track. This is part of the reason why very, very, especially 50s or 60s cameras when they were first coming out are some of the best for clarity and detail because they had to sit for so many hours collecting light instead of snapping a picture of the current light.
Because there's
They just
actual
got bombarded with so much
silver
light.
crystals
Yes.
on the
Yeah, they
film.
had to let it wait and like.
There's
absorb.
pictures that you look at a field and then you put like a magnifying glass onto it and you see something and you get a more powerful glass on it and all of a sudden you're like, well, there's a family that are waving.
Yeah.
You know?
There's film that's
It's insane how
there's
close they had to zoom
more
in and
definition
see
than 8K TVs do nowadays.
stuff. Yeah,
because
it's
There's
insane.
no, pixelation. Yeah, it's
All right.
100% analog. Yeah,
Exactly.
I
So,
know what you're saying.
Go on.
Continue on.
The last night.
So-
Now they're setting up
Dun, dun,
camp.
dun.
No more journal. So there's some pictures. Last picture taken is a streak of light in the night sky.
By itself.
They're able to prove that it was sitting still on a tripod.
Do they take a picture
How do they
of the
prove
tripod?
that?
Well, because first off, they knew that it was a
Because there was
camera
probably
attached
a
to the tripod.
star in focus
And
in the
like
background.
you were saying, like there's some stuff, star in the background, whatever. I didn't read about that
And there was
specifically.
a tree sitting there.
But they
didn't
know it was a
move.
night
Yeah.
sky, and they were able to deduce that it was one of two things: somebody had a flashlight they were moving, or there was something streaking across the sky. That was extremely powerful light.
Okay.
Oh, I see where this is going. You think fucking aliens crash landed and fuck these people up?
God damn.
Have you not been listening the whole time?
Jesus Christ.
But no, that's just one conspiracy.
I don't know the end of the story,
I didn't
man.
jump to that
I don't know
conclusion.
what's happening.
I mean, sorry. The obvious conclusion is that dude that insists on being in their party either raped
them.
everybody and cut their eyes out. I'm just.
Or he was an alien plant.
Why did you go with rape?
Dude, it's
An
implied.
alien plant?
Yeah, they put him down there to bring these people up there so they could like take
Ooh,
their eyeballs
ooh,
out.
I like that.
Oh, okay,
I like
okay,
that.
I see.
I like that.
All right. What was the
He
story?
had the tattoos on
I'm
him.
just saying, man.
All right.
I mean,
He had crazy
Occam's
tattoos.
razor, man. I mean, it just
Likely
given the
outcome.
information, it's the most. Yeah,
That's
it's the most likely
one
outcome.
a popular theory, and we'll go over the details of that. So that night, they set up camp on the northern slope of the rim, and it appears that they were planning to go up, just the ridge, the summit of the mountain, following that morning, and probably needing another day in between. I think their expected or estimated destination date should have been February 3rd. February 1st, I believe, was the night when shit was going sour right off the bat. So, out of that day, they were supposed to come back after their summit and be back around the 12th, was what the leader, Alexander, was telling everybody. And apparently, he had also communicated to a friend of his in the town, that was the last time before they hit the mountain trail, that they could be as many as 3 days late.
Igor.
Oh, sorry. There's another guy named Alexander. Igor, yes, you're correct, is the leader of the pack, so to speak.
He's the leader of the pack.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
So,
song.
anyways, so far on this story, all we know is they did not show up, and eventually they were days late, turned into weeks before the university finally decided to actually send anybody out to look for these bodies.
Okay, so they've been missing for a while now.
Yeah, they were. I think before they sent anybody, it had been damn near a month.
That's a fair amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Well, granted, it's 1959, slower communication.
Yes, but still, like,
yeah,
a month
still.
is like, hey, some shit went bad, we should go check on what's going
They
on.
still had phones.
No.
No. In 1959, they didn't have cell phones, and they're in
No,
Ural
I
Mountains.
said they still had phones.
But they were in
They
the,
had
they're
phones.
they're in the
communicating
mountain.
No.
via phone.
They had phones in, like, the local village and stuff. Nobody, like, unless you're military, you're not carrying
No,
that
I'm
thing
just
on your
no. I'm
back.
saying the university has phones. So if the university spent a wait
Who
a
are they going
month,
to call in the rural area?
No, I'm just saying if they go, oh, someone's missing, it's not going to take a month to go. Where is this person? Because these people have families, presumably.
I would assume this.
Unless it's cold,
Like we said at the
cold
beginning of the
Russian
story,
families, where it's like if
They
he
did
dies,
this trip because
he
they had a break
dies.
from school, and they already had said that, hey, we might be late.
but a
And
month late?
eventually school starts up, and they're like, okay, now you're a week late for school. You're 2 weeks late for school. We better call.
Fair enough.
I
Okay.
would agree. Back in the time, like, some shit could go wrong, but you'll
Yeah,
show
but I
up
feel like
eventually,
no
but-
one appreciated a Rocky IV reference right there, and it kind of makes me sad.
Well, actually, I think they ended up
Sorry.
calling the authorities a month before, or not a month before, a few days before school started, because they were supposedly started this trip about a month before, I think straight 30 days before their school was restarting. And it was, I think, you know what? School did start because they had a trek to get to the mountains and then back, or, then through and then back down. So they had about, I think when the trip actually started, 2 weeks out before school starting. They were,
Okay.
4 or 5 days in.
Okay.
4 or 5 days in, they die. And it wasn't for another about between 3 and 4 weeks, something like that.
Well,
you know,
back then, it's going to
approaching
take
30
a minute
days
to get back up to
for
where
anybody
they were.
finds it.
You're not like taking like ski mobiles or something up there. Yeah, like, you got to go
What the
check
fuck
that
did you
out.
just say?
I said a ski mobile as opposed to a snowmobile, which is actually the snowmobile with skis on the front of it.
But the brand is Ski-Doo, so I understand what you said, but it
was
still
a
sounds
bad
hilarious.
pronunciation.
Polaris.
No, Ski-Doo.
Okay.
No.
Well, I mean, Polaris does
legitimately,
make it,
like there are
but
the machines that
Ski-Doo.
like now we're like we can go
I
out there
know,
real
but
quick.
it is funny. It was a ski-mobile.
ski-mobile.
I do like that now. I'm gonna.
The
I'm
general
gonna call
reference
it that
is the
now.
idea. It would take a hot minute to get up there without that.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. I mean, snowmobiles have been around since the late 40s. But in rural Russia,
Well, yeah, exactly. There was probably a sled of dogs there to fucking get you.
It's Russia. They figured
Didn't
out
have
how to
dog
traverse.
sleds?
They figured out how to traverse snowy situations since the dawn of fucking Russia. No, so that's not an issue.
You're right.
So-
riding
But they're
mammoths
still
and
probably
everything.
using
But-
old school methods.
Well, either way,
of
they can
transversing
get
that
around.
snow.
They can get around.
It's rural
but I'm
just
Russia. There's like
You're
no
also
one there.
taking into context the fact that's like
lot of it.
we found
There's a
out
lot
like
of
a
Russia.
week later that nobody's here because it'll take
Yeah.
a little while. And they're like they're not here a week
I mean,
later.
I'm sorry.
So we should go out
I'm
and
sorry,
check
but
for
just
them.
the most obvious situation is that one weird dude fucking killed them, ate their fucking eyeballs, presumably raped them because why not?
Yeah, no.
And I'm sorry, but I mean, aliens
No. See,
are a
I'm
cool idea, but
I'm
no,
gonna
it's probably
agree
just this one crazy fucker
with the weird dude,
that ate the dudes.
but he was probably a fucking alien.
Doesn't
That's what this is going
doesn't
to.
the weird
Okay,
dude
no,
die?
This is going into
Doesn't
the
does,
weird
does,
dude.
No,
is
does the
alien.
weird
he was
dude
a
die or
lizard
disappear?
man. He was a lizard
God
man.
damn right.
a
I
lizard
don't.
man.
I don't think he's lizards.
Okay.
I don't think he's a lizard.
I retract that because lizard men would not do well in cold
No,
climates.
you're right. You're
Lizards
right.
are
I
cold.
apologize.
Okay, so what
I
do you-
agreed with you.
Back to
Lizards would
aliens?
not
So
do
more of
well
like a
in the
feather bird
More like
alien
a
or
cold.
just
What's the other one? They're not the
interdimensional.
lizard people. They're the
light beings or something.
vampires.
no.
Werewolves,
The
Russian
North.
vampire werewolves.
dude. Okay,
Yes.
Transylvania is not that far from Russia, really.
It's quite a ways from
But
Russia
it's
because
closer than
everything in Russia is away from everything else.
A bit of a distance.
All
But
right,
let's
you know
It's
what?
relatively close to the eastern side of Russia.
Yes, but
I want to take 1 second and look at the Ural Mountains. That's where this. is.
Ural.
How do you spell
Ural.
that?
URAL.
You fucking twit.
By the way, you brought up the lizard people. Thank you. I have always wanted to make.
love that.
I've
I
wanted
love
to
that,
make a
seriously.
punk rock band that is called the Real Reptilian Overlords.
Ooh.
And all we do is we go on YouTube and find zany conspiracy theories, and then write songs about the zany conspiracy theories.
What are you doing on Sunday?
For a little while, nothing. But eventually on Sundays we're gonna play like sand volleyball. But like, I got a bass, I got a fucking electric guitar.
Where are you playing sand volleyball?
Olivers. But like, how much fun would that be for a punk rock band?
Are you in a league?
We play like
Well,
just,
my Sundays are booked
You
up.
need
'cause,
somebody to play.
I'm doing.
I
I
think
do.
we got everyone. I'm sorry, but you can come sub in.
I say. I mean, I don't. I want to play it. I want to play it.
It's fun. Are you talking
He's
about
been-
like the volleyball or the reptilian?
He's been talking
overlord?
about-
No. Well, okay. Yes.
He's been talking about this band forever, though.
Yes.
I'm not ever gonna actually do it, but like, come on, a punk rock band.
If you
called
got a drummer,
the
though,
Reptilian Overlords, and all you do is like, and this is how the algorithm works for our band. You type in conspiracy theory on YouTube. You go to the third one down. That's your first song, and then from whatever pops up from that, the third one down from there. And then you just keep following third ones down because you're going to get more and more
Yeah.
awesome,
You
crazy
you know what?
shit.
I'll film you guys' first music video
So-
too.
Yeah. I'm probably better equipped for that. But
Fuck off.
so you.
Let's
You're just upset because
Do you guys
you're
see
not
where the
part of
Ural
this.
Mountains are? Look at this fucking badass mountain
So I'm
range in the
saying,
heart
yes.
of Russia.
I want to play some sand ass volleyball.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, if you're already in a group, then fuck you.
well, no, I mean, if you want to do a sub in, we can definitely get you in there because we've got people, but like.
Sounds
I
like a
mean,
personal conversation.
I legitimately will step out for like, we can switch rounds so you can come play
Well,
because I enjoyed the game.
my
We drink beer.
My Sundays are
I don't
booked
wanna
up
get
through
sandy
March,
every day.
Okay.
But,
We play at 6.
starting April.
Okay,
6 at Olivers.
you guys talk about your fucking sand volleyball team off the
You're
podcast.
just jealous because you're not
All right,
invited.
all right.
I've been invited.
Back to the goddamn lizard.
Oh.
people.
Let's fucking We all think it's lizard people.
No, I think it's that crazy fucking guy.
Who's
Igor
a
or
lizard
Sasha?
person? Igor.
I think
the
Luda
old-
fucked
the
everyone
old
over.
guy.
Sasha is the older dude.
Yeah,
that done
Sasha.
them.
Sasha.
I'm sure
Fucking
Sasha
Sasha.
raped and ate them. in that order.
Nobody was
Just
eating.
the eyeballs.
The eyeballs. Then,
But he
fine.
might have raped him.
Okay,
in the face.
Let's
Definitely
go,
raped
let's
him.
go on to
You gotta hide
an-
the evidence. That's why I eat the tongue.
so they can't talk.
It's already salty.
dead.
February 1st, if you guys recall,
No, the scene.
Yes.
is when everything crazy happened. February 21st was when eventually the university decided to send out a search and rescue team. So by the 26th, the camp was discovered, and the tent was still standing that they originally slept in of February 1st. The poles were up, the ropes were still good, the canopy was actually still in pretty good shape too. Part of the middle had collapsed a little bit because it was under a few inches of snow, apparently. It
Yeah.
had been sitting there for 3 weeks in high winds. So, relatively
There's
speaking,
some
the
good
tent was in
camp
good
building.
condition.
They built a good camp apparently.
Yeah.
It's a
Russia. They know what they're
Russian
doing.
campsite. Yes,
No,
yes,
they
yes,
paid they paid
know.
for a 9-person tent, so yeah, it should stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the crazy part, though, was from inside of the tent area was a knife slash. So they were able to determine that there was a slash leading out, and people, did it from the inside to get out of the tent.
Yeah, because Sasha jumped in there, started fucking putting
They
his
were
dick
all
where-
they were all in there. They were all in
They're
there.
all So okay, fine. So Sasha
He just pulled it out.
Started
No,
fucking
they weren't all in there.
blasting his
Sasha was actually outside.
and then he went inside and started throwing his man meat around.
Well, let's hear the rest
and
of the
people
story.
were like, no, get the fuck out of here.
How do they
Well,
know
wait.
Sasha was outside?
You might change your mind about what happened.
How
but
do
he
they?
was outside.
How do they know he
dude,
was
because he was
outside?
taking photos.
I'm pretty committed to the Sasha raping and eating, and that's what I'm going to think
I
about.
told you the journal entries were
tomorrow.
done, but there was more photos to be had.
Let's hear what? Let's hear about the photos.
Did he
I
take
guess.
We'll get to the
photos
photos.
of his before and after I started raping people?
That hasn't happened.
Okay. Sorry.
Yet.
Go on. I do want to hear it. Like,
All
I know
right.
we're giving you shit, but like, I want to hear it.
So, leading outside straight from where the actual hole was between 8 to 9 sets of footprints in the snow. And the crazy part was the prints appeared to be mostly bare feet.
So he
This
scared
is
them
like 30
really
below
well.
or less Fahrenheit temperatures.
Because he was on a rape spree, and you don't have time to put your shoes on when you might catch a dick in the mouth.
I don't know. No. There's 7 other people. 7 other people in the tent watching this guy trying to rape you.
Yeah, and you're gonna go,
No.
oh,
They
shit,
beat
I
the
gotta
shit
get
out of the
here.
one
No,
guy.
I
That's
mean,
ridiculous.
no.
Sasha may have been.
If somebody was trying to rape my friends,
You have 8
I would
more people
tackle
there to beat
them
the shit
and
out
rape
of
them first.
Exactly.
no,
Someone will get their
no,
shit
'cause
beaten
this
up.
guy is a
Sasha would
vet.
have gotten beaten up.
He is a World War II
That
vet.
doesn't matter. We have enough people to pin some
He's
arms
taking
down.
Yeah,
I could
pictures.
rape
I've
them
already
first.
told you that.
it's
He's
army
taking
numbers.
pictures and raping at
He's
the same time. and
he's
still has time
stabbing
to
and
defend
raping,
himself?
and you don't want to get
Is
All
there
right,
blood?
Captain
Is there
Stab.
blood
Just
with
saying.
the stabbing comment? If
Okay.
there's no blood in there, then he's not stabbing. He's just being like aggressive
Okay,
with his
you
dick.
want to hear? Okay, this already just proves what you said. Based on the walk patterns outside of the hole in the tent, the patterns indicate that they are walking very calmly and at a very normal pace. The gaits, the strides,
his dick was
Barefoot.
out, and he had a gun.
They were
but barefoot. They know they were barefoot. And they
Okay.
appear to be walking out at a normal pace. They took a knife,
At a
cut
me-
over the tent.
at a
They
medium
single file
pace?
line basically walked outside. Another anomaly, as far as the footfall patterns went, was that it even appeared as though they were trying to step into the same print in front of them, not just trekking through the snow.
because
but
they're walking through a fucking 8 feet of snow with
What
barefoot.
if they were all running, but the way everything
run
lined
patterns
up,
and
it
stuff,
looks
Holmes.
like it was walking.
No.
No.
Step patterns are way different.
People-
than walking
they
people-
were
patterns,
able
so.
to determine how many people were out there walking in a single file
because
line.
they were all in the same steps or
The
whatever.
question I have
Like sand
is,
people.
Did Sasha have
Like sand
psychedelic
people.
drugs that he could like mind control?
That's
them
not
with?
part of this
Ooh.
story. I have not read anything about that.
With mind
He
control,
might have brought
with,
them
We
up
don't
there.
know. We
with
don't know.
acid.
There's
and
not
deep
CIA,
cycle marine
Dan. He's
battery.
KGB.
No, I was talking about more like he's like Manson style crazy. Where he's like, let's go up to the mountains and
Fucking
we're gonna do
slipped
something.
him.
And then he
Shit.
controlled them with a
and we're all
dose
gonna
of
walk out
acid
here
and a deep
to the
cycle-
aliens.
dose of acid
Yeah,
and a deep
To the
cycle
aliens.
marine battery.
I will say there's a theory that he
To
met
the
up with
aliens.
the CIA people. Well,
keep going.
he
I'm
never
sorry.
makes it there.
That's goddamn.
That is
The
failed
more you
CIA.
keep telling me, the more I'm just like, oh shit. I mean, I really want to stick to the whole Sasha rape violence
I don't think it is.
because
I feel like the steps already
because it's the most
discourage that.
It's the most logical thing I can think of, and anything
The
beyond
razor.
that fucking bothers me.
Okay, well,
that's the point.
What's your theory?
My
So far.
my theory is the Sasha whole, Sasha.
You're
rape,
still on Sasha.
rape
Okay.
violence because I
Rape,
don't
specifically
want to
Sasha
think.
rape violence.
Yes, because I don't want to think about what
could
else
be?
it could have been, like Russian chupacabra or the
That's a theory.
indigenous Russian people.
No, the
raping.
indigenous
I
people
wanna
were nice.
side
to
Dan,
us.
what do you think has happened so far?
That's why.
side some things.
That's why I'm
Dan,
sticking
you
with
get
that.
Give
go.
me like 2. I believe Sasha
You get 2. Go.
probably was part of the problem, but Sasha probably brought them up there to get them probed by the goddamn aliens.
Someone was stirring drama.
I think
you're
the rape
sticking with
theory.
the
I think the
inside
rape
agent.
theory is
Lane,
real.
what
But
do you
I
think
Sasha
happened?
brought
But
them up
alien rape.
Oh, you get 2. What's your second theory?
there. The tattoos and all that weird shit that he had on him was like he didn't know what the fuck was going on anymore. He's just a fucking mole for the weird ass aliens that are gonna probe Russians.
Fuck aliens.
So he lured the people, but they were already
yeah.
going. They were already going.
But he's like, hey, let me take you to a spot that I
Yeah,
know
very
that's
specific
better than
spot.
where you were
Yeah.
going.
They didn't want him to go
Yeah.
with them because they
Yeah.
said that we already had their
and then
spot.
his like
He was
alien
allowed to
charisma is
tag
like,
along.
Yo, I got this better spot, and they're like, no,
That
we
was
don't
not
wanna
in
go
the
there.
journals.
First of all, an alien
Journals did not talk about
does
that.
not have to convince you to
Okay,
go with them.
here's the
okay?
fact.
He just wanted
No,
to go to the Euro
Dan,
Mountains.
Sasha
You're
killed these
disqualified.
motherfuckers,
And he had been there
they're
before,
gonna call it a
supposedly.
thing. I just want to throw aliens out there because it's fun. Sasha was a
I want to
psycho.
We're
throw
not
rape
talking
out
about
there because it's fun.
You're disqualified.
Goddamn
Fuck
aliens!
you.
Sasha's a
Fuck
goddamn
you.
lizard person.
Lane.
My turn. I think that Sasha and Luda were causing drama. Someone wanted to fuck someone else. Wasn't gonna happen. And then someone fucking like got
And people died.
people died. Like
know,
yeah,
that's
it was
actually
just
pretty
like
legit.
serious drama.
New circumstantial evidence.
But I'm not done yet. As Sasha was trying to kill Luda, fucking Isaac or Alexander pulled out
Igor.
Igor pulled out his alien card and just fucking like mined.
That's not a theory. That's like
self
no,
away.
There was
God
boy
damn it,
girl
Derrick.
drama and alien cards.
We talk about aliens before you bring this whole
Listen,
story up,
now,
and then you're like, it's not aliens. Why the fuck?
I didn't say it wasn't aliens.
Okay,
I'm just saying his explanation was
No.
literally boys and girls drama
I don't
and
know
alien
what
card.
happened.
okay, all right. Let's stop hollering at each other real quick. Lane, I want to say, I agree
right.
with you because every good party is a lot of he said, she said drama, and
Drama.
someone dies.
You fucking out in the
That
wilderness
is the
with
best
people,
party
there's drama.
I've ever been to is rape and killing. That's the best party I've ever been to.
You said rape twice.
I mean, it's not the best,
like rape.
but it's just definitely entertaining.
I'm just saying. Your honestly, your theory, son of a bitch.
is
it-
right.
I'm not gonna lie. The
It
only
makes-
party I've been
shut-
to with rape
shut.
and killing happening was not really fun.
Dork.
he had the right answer, but as
fucking
far as
biker.
today's age, the wrong
So,
answer.
so I like.
But if you have
where
seen
you're
the
going
movie
with that.
Blazing Saddles, the perfect
I
answer.
lost a little bit, but you
Well,
know
well,
what? There's drama happening. I want to hear the rest of the story.
The
I
point is, though,
don't want
like-
to theorize. I want to
didn't
hear
think
it.
about I didn't think about interpersonal hiker drama. That's a good
Feelings.
angle.
Feelings.
It's a good angle.
Everyone's
I
got
didn't
feelings.
think about.
You gotta have.
Let's figure
it's
out
still-
what happened,
It's
guys.
not. So it's not
Russians.
I
just.
do wanna hear
Russians
what
still have
happened.
feelings.
So
you
it's
know.
just not just Sasha being a psychotic rape
I
alien.
love
Yeah,
us
yes.
pissing on each other, but I do want to hear the story.
There's like
Hold on,
alliances
hold on,
forming.
I'm-
People
I'm-
are like, I hate
It's Survivor.
Sasha.
It's Survivor
Hold on.
in
Okay,
real
okay.
life.
Yeah.
Okay,
Lane
okay.
and I are we're working out our scenario here.
Yeah.
Are we?
Because I like what you're saying. What there is the drama, the interpersonal drama. Also, Sasha is a rape alien.
Hey, I got something to say to you
Someone's
guys.
raping the alien.
Vipe some noi. Drink with me.
What's that mean?
You just made that
Russian?
up.
Visa Noit?
Wait, well, we're pretty close to.
Vive se noi.
We're pretty close to
All right.
St. Patty's Day. What the hell was that?
St.
What is
Patty's
that?
Day?
St.
17th.
Patty's Day?
5 days away. We should podcast.
What is that? The toast, the Irish toast.
Ziggy zaggy, ziggy zaggy. Oi, oi, oi.
That's
not it, but
Australian.
I like it.
That's totally the man channel or
Man show. The man show.
Man
Fuck
show.
yeah.
It took me a fucking minute to
You're gonna give John a heart attack, Dan. Calm
The man
down.
channel.
Girls on trampolines. It took me a minute
What
to
the-
get
All
there.
right, everybody calm down.
God damn it.
Calm down.
No, I don't get mad about a whole lot of
We
things.
are not talking about
That
the man
one thing
show
pissed
right
me off.
now.
No, but what he
Okay.
said pissed me off.
The
We're
man
not-
channel. The man
That's
show,
fine, John.
God damn it.
God damn it.
The man
Hey,
show.
we're
would've been
almost
on the
through
man
this
channel.
story, guys. Let's stay on
Don't
point.
dismiss my feelings, Derrick.
I am
on.
dismissing you. You've been canceled.
If anyone else yells before the end of the show, you're canceled.
I
I have been
You're 1 mile down from getting canceled, and also 1 mile down from the hill
I'm
camp
sorry.
originally.
I agree. I get a little excited about things. It's
Dan pre-comes.
okay.
Okay.
Go
well,
on.
I pre-cum, but then
So,
I follow
We've
through.
theorized. We want to know the ending. Tell
Yes,
us
I want
the
to know about the
story.
goddamn aliens.
Finish the
They find
goddamn
the
story.
footprints, and they follow the footprints.
They follow the footprints.
follow the footprints a whole mile down from the camp in 30 below degree Fahrenheit weather. Snow blowing, crazy wind. They find a cedar tree where they ultimately end up at that is crazy gnarled and has a fire pit next to it. Next to the fire pit is 2 bodies out of 9 people so far.
I don't remember this part.
This is getting interesting.
This is where it gets
Gnarled
crazy.
tree.
We're going to learn the government secrets behind like what they ultimately logged
Oh yes.
and released.
God damn it, go on. We're invested now. We've calmed her bullshit. I want to hear.
Georgie and Yuri were next to the fire pit. 2 more names. Both are barefoot and nothing but their shirts and their underwear. Investigators later discovered, when they found the other bodies, that they actually took the clothing off of Yuri and Georgie to keep themselves even warmer. So they were like the first 2 people to die.
Okay. So the first victims.
On them was found burns all over their legs and their feet. Their skin on their hands and knees was also all torn up, and also on the soles of their feet. Next to them, with that cedar tree, there was like a broken branch. They theorized that maybe they tried to climb up the fucking tree and tore the skin off their hands and feet, which seems a little bit weird.
Thank you. Oh god damn, I was stuck.
Seems a little bit weird that you would have skin torn off your hands and feet, though, trying to climb up a tree, even if the fucking branch broke off of it.
Because
But
they kept pulling you down to rape you.
Because they were
Yeah.
forced to go up. Someone was forcing them up
There's
that
a
tree.
lot of forcing
yeah,
something.
somebody's got forced them up, but
They're trying to crawl up that tree. They're,
only two.
It doesn't
out of the
matter
whole
if
9
you were
people.
trying
What?
to fucking. They're going up that tree hardcore.
Did it say how
They're
big of a
scared.
tree it is?
It's a cedar tree. I don't know how. Let me look up how tall
Cedar trees can get pretty big,
Quite
man.
tall.
Yeah, that's
It could be. I mean, I'm saying it could be anywhere from 6 feet to fucking 12.
either way.
like 30 feet.
Honestly,
I think
that if
there's-
they were trying to escape something, they're trying to escape, and then they're crawling
Cedar
up a tree
trees
as
grow to
hard as they
heights of
can,
over
that could fuck
120
some things
feet
up.
and up to 180.
There you go.
So even
Jesus.
like I don't give a fuck. I'm going up 12 feet. I'm going up 30 feet. If you're really in a rush,
This is
adrenaline-
supposed to
get away
gnarled
f-
cedar tree, though.
To
so
get
it's like,
away
probably
from
not
something.
as-
yeah, adrenaline will kick in. You're not going to feel any like I'm just crawling
So-
up like
so
my
Well,
ape
it might be more than
ancestors.
coincidence
Is-
that
is
2
this-
people immediately died in that area, and they're the only ones
Of
that you will ultimately
course.
find out tore their hands and feet.
If,
and
if
shit
you
like that.
saw some people dying and like we're all crawling up here, but they're maybe I don't know. Keep going, please.
Did they climb up a tree and then someone lit it on fire and then it burned?
No,
And
there
then-
was nothing. No, the tree was never lit on fire.
Oh, yeah, they said it's next to a fire pit.
No.
Yeah, no, they made a fire pit down from a mile down from their camp. So
okay,
to keep
okay,
it
okay,
warm.
okay.
Okay. Let's okay. I'm
Still barefooted.
I'm gonna propose something here. You give us all the information. Let me just go around the table, giving our ideas, but kind of try to cap
I'll
it
give you
to a
little bit more
reasonable
context.
time.
There was another
So-
third place that the rest of the group ultimately goes to. I don't recall reading
Let's
anything
hear about
a
it.
fire there, but they made like a little, like I think an overhang of snow they got underneath of.
Let's hear about it.
If they had time to build a stove underneath, though.
No, stove is in the tent.
No,
You mean like a fire pit?
No. What did you just say? I thought you said they had another stove out there.
No, they had like an overhang from the snow.
Oh, snake.
Okay, sorry. So they had like a semi-shelter.
Yeah,
Lean to.
yeah, basically.
So they were still conscious enough to
We're
like
gonna go
take
over
care
that
of
part
the
right now.
self-preservation.
You'll learn about that part right now. Okay, so a little further away, more bodies are found a little uphill under some snow. Igor and Xena. Xena was the second girl
Oh, that's hot. That's a hot name.
that was
Warrior
part of that group.
princess.
Fuck.
They looked like they were trying to get back to the tent, but died of hypothermia. So they were like in the middle of nowhere. And they were literally buried in snow as far as the snowfall that fell on top
Yeah.
of them over the next almost 3 weeks. Below them, and after investigators found their body, was one more body, a guy named Rutan. He also died of hypothermia. But this is where stuff starts getting really interesting. He had a fractured skull and bruises on his knuckles.
So he tried to fight, but somebody hit him in the head.
Well, it looked like he got in a fist fight, and
Yeah.
then his head got cracked bad, like real bad. I think he actually had exposed brain on the details that I read.
Well, either way, at least he put up some defense.
Yeah.
Brain.
I'd like to think if I die in the middle of nowhere and something weird is going on, I would at least die with like bruises on my knuckles because I tried to be like, fuck you. Even if I die, I'd like to think that I
Let's quickly recap
died.
what's happened so far. We know so far that they, getting in this tent this specific night, Sasha, it seems like, based on the photography, was taking pictures outside, and then they cut their way out of the tent, and for whatever reason, walked a mile, set up a new camp.
With no
Two
clothes
guys
on.
died, and it appears they hurt themselves on their palms, their feet, and hands climbing up a tree that a branch broke off of. 3 more people died further away from there and were found buried in the snow after almost 3 full weeks of snowfall
Yeah.
of hypothermia. One guy has his head bashed in and looks like he fought something. That's where we're at so far.
Okay.
So regardless what happens, if weird shit were to go down, I would like to be the skull caved in guy with bruises on my knuckles because I'd like to think if I'm going down,
You cracked. You're like, no, fuck this guy.
I'm
I'm
gonna,
gonna fight him.
Even if it's gonna kill me, I'm gonna go back and like stand up as much as I can. Whether it's aliens, a fucking jerk, or a Russian rapist, I'd like to think that I'd like try.
Is that
to,
one theory, Dan? A Russian rapist. I want to hear
That's
this.
what he's been saying.
Yeah,
the whole
that's
time.
what we think. It's a
I'm
Russian
just saying,
rapist.
If I
Sasha.
die,
Sasha is a
Or-
Russian name,
or
not a
Igor.
fucking Russian.
If I die in weird
Mexican name.
circumstances, I'd at least like to have some bruises that prove that like I died with like some fight in me.
You died too quick for bruises, Dan.
I will fucking die quick.
Dan
with
didn't
bruises.
become a slave. He fought.
I
I
know.
punched something
Good.
that cracked my head in. At least I tried to punch it.
I fought a fucking
Hard enough
superhero
to
and I
fuck your
died.
own knuckles up.
Yeah. So
I fought an alien rather
God
than fucking.
damn.
Yeah, imagine
right.
a guy's got enough bruises on his knuckles that they're detecting it 3 weeks later in the frozen tundra.
That means I hit that motherfucker hard as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As hard as
Or
I can.
something hit your knuckles hard as fuck.
Either way.
Well, no,
that's-
I
remember
think it's
playing
Talbot's fist.
Bloody knuckles with fucking quarters or something.
Hell,
I
that's
don't know.
bullshit compared to a bruised knuckle.
Yeah. All right.
Either way.
Go on.
If I died, that's how I'd want to go
So
out.
so how many people have died?
5.
How?
Yeah, but
Okay.
they're all dead though.
Yeah.
They are all dead.
They're all dead.
But we've
so
only
far-
covered 5.
Okay. I mean, everything you're telling me seems pretty fucking obvious, but keep going.
Sasha killed him.
So they did not find
And
the
then
last
some.
4 bodies for almost 4 months later.
Holy shit.
Or sorry, 3 months later. They ultimately found them in a ravine,
On
250
on-
meters
On May the
from
4th.
that cedar tree.
On May the 4th.
Yes, specifically on May the 4th.
Be with you.
May the 4th. No. Yes, May the 4th.
Don't try to get on this. Don't try to.
I missed it.
Don't try that.
May the 4th.
I'm
be
not
with-
even. You saw my shake in the head.
So
I
this is
missed
where
it.
that
May the
snow
force be with
den
you.
was came from. Those last 4 people, they were able to find out that they had some sort of, I don't know if they burrowed in or found some sort of drift that had a curl to it, but they made a snow den of some sort to break the wind and whatnot. Ultimately, those people that looked at the snow den caved in on them, but the weird part would be that it wasn't just the snow den that caved on them. They had some injuries that a snow cave in den would not explain. So they were found buried between 13 feet of snow. A guy named Nick had his skull cracked open. Alexander, he had a broken nose and injuries to his neck. And then Luda, the girl that had the big freak out, she actually had broken ribs and had her eyes and tongue removed.
She's the one. He liked
There was
those
another
eyes.
guy that had his eyes removed ultimately as well.
Are we getting
Those
into
I think it was
eyes.
Nick.
Yetis? Do you think a Yeti?
All crying.
You
I'm
mean
gonna
like
put a
ape
Yeti.
type shit where they take stuff off your face?
Those eyes have seen a lot of
I
love,
mean,
but they're never
like,
gonna
maybe it's
see
not
the
aliens, maybe
one
it's some
like
fucking
I had
Russian
with
Yeti.
Another
you.
love like you.
then I
Do,
eat
do,
your
do,
face.
do, do. These eyes.
I'm crying.
All right. So
I'm gonna go Yeti here. I'm sorry. I'm
You think
changing my,
we haven't even covered Yeti?
I think a little like
Seriously.
snow fox ate the fucking eyeballs or something.
I'm
Okay,
changing
so
my
are we-
thing. No, like the bruise is like I'm gonna
on,
punch
okay,
this thing.
okay.
A fucking snow gorilla.
Okay, Derek, are we done with the information?
No.
Oh, well, fuck, goddamn.
There's more.
Okay, state the information, then we'll go around the table thinking what we
The
think.
story goes.
Do you want me
on
to finish
and
the
on.
whole story?
The story.
God
Finish
damn
the
it,
goddamn
yes, I
story.
do.
Move the fuck along.
So
We're
Let's see
we're
here.
there. We're there. We're getting there.
another interesting thing was that their clothes were all radioactive. And not just radioactive, but after the amount of time that had passed between when this incident happened and they were discovered, which was like bordering 4 months, there's a certain amount of, because they were buried in snow, the melting washes away some of the radioactive decay. Sure. Even though that much water had washed over them, they were still able to detect insane amounts of radioactivity, which suggested to the investigators that something, a major blast of radioactive material blasted them.
Okay.
It's Russia, though. It's the 50s.
You couldn't describe that
experimenting.
naturally.
They're experimenting.
Yeah, that's
Well, we're going to learn about that too.
the Ural Mountains. How close is the Ural Mountains where they tested Sarabamba?
I don't know where that's at, but I showed you where Ural Mountains were.
They were like 300 miles or something west of Moscow.
Center of Nebraska. Center of
Nebraska.
Russia.
That's
Center of Russia.
They weren't quite
Are you
center.
familiar with Sarabamba?
I can't talk right now.
Are you
They were
familiar-
probably more than the third.
Are you familiar with Sarabamba?
Okay, so they got
No.
radioactive shit with
Hold on,
bruised knuckles and dead people.
I'm saying, okay. There's a very real possibility this could be, Hills Have Eyes type of shit where they're in a radioactive region. So I'm asking because obviously the
some
Russians are
locals.
nuclear power. Sarabamba is the most powerful non-nuclear weapon ever created.
Is that a hydrogen bomb?
No, I just fucking said it is a
Just testing you.
radio. God damn it.
I don't know. I didn't know if hydrogen was nuclear.
Yeah, it's radioactive. I'm saying Sarabamba is the largest conventional explosive ever created.
No, it's not a
Okay.
conventional explosive.
Conventional.
Conventional?
The largest conventional radioactive. So,
I gave a conventional explosion.
so my question is, where were they testing?
We're going to go over that. We will. I promise
I
you.
swear to God, how much shit do you have in this? God damn it!
A lot.
Yes, it goes on. There's so much information to this story that you guys deserve to
Well,
hear
first off,
everything that we
there's
know.
so fucking much. We need to move the fuck along because this is getting very drawn out.
I'm just letting
No,
you
no,
guys
no.
say what you think
No,
when you
no.
guys are ready to talk,
And-
and you talk.
It's just so much.
And now
all
we're
right,
ready to hear
go.
from you.
Say the words.
All right. The last victim, Sasha, the interloper. So he had 5 broken ribs and his eyes missing. He also had a notepad and a pen in his hand. So a notepad in one hand, a pen in the other hand, and a camera around his neck. Melting in the snow next to him was the camera when they discovered his body. And because of the melting water and snow around him, it destroyed a lot of the film. But they were able to get one image that they could actually print or whatever that the process is called. The image was another bright light. You remember the first bright light image? Big bright light.
Yeah.
and-
I remember bright lights.
Yes.
It appeared from this picture that there was a bright light, dark background, and 3 objects in the front that looked like the tops of heads. And that's about all anybody can discern from it.
Okay. What kind of heads?
Heads.
Okay. Or tails.
Well, you're fucked.
Sasha was also one of only 2 people that were actually wearing shoes in this, and this is part of what leads into the probability that he was outside of the tent before the people cut their way out of the tent, taking pictures, because they found him with the camera around his neck. He was wearing shoes. It seemed to be very obvious that he was outside of the tent while everybody else was huddled inside.
He was the mastermind. He was
Getting ready to rape everyone.
Yeah.
With
Or
his,
hold him at gunpoint
with
or
his
whatever.
lizard dick.
Or he thought he was going to rape them, and then some other shit went down. He's like, I'm running with you guys.
Then a grizzly started to
Maybe.
rape him.
That sounds ridiculous. I'm going to rape you. Oh, shit. Stuff's going south.
The aliens came
I
down
mean,
to
maybe
rape
that
him.
happened, but that's not the point of the story.
The aliens were trying to save Luda from fucking Sasha raping her ass.
That comment is basically this.
Wait.
A bunch of people died. Yeah, but that guy that died raped them all.
Wait a second.
God damn right.
You have Sasha was one of the 2 people wearing shoes. Who else was wearing shoes?
I don't remember if I'm going to have this in my notes.
I'm gonna need to know that information.
I think it's Alexander.
Are you sure it wasn't Luda?
All right, God damn it.
No,
Just
I don't think
tell
it was
us
Luda.
what actually happened, or the general consensus of what the theory is that
Hey,
happened.
you guys are the ones dictated this conversation, but
Yeah,
I'll go
you're
on.
the one with the notes, fucker.
I mean, we're just spitballing here.
You guys, we're just halfway through his fucking notes.
All right, so obviously
God.
we seem to have this Sasha conspiracy so far. Dan thinks somebody was raping people, and
I
then
was just throwing
whoever
it out there, yeah.
died doesn't matter, but somebody raped.
Hey, they all matter.
I think it's goddamn lizard
Lane
people.
thinks there was like some sort of, was it sex card you said? Dick card?
Alien card.
Alien card. Somebody had an alien card and played it.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to pee in here, Lane?
I don't know. You're gonna have to fucking bend down for sure.
Shit.
I think he needs a colostomy bag because he can't, guarantee where his stream's going.
He's gonna fucking fall over in there.
So, there's multiple conspiracies about all this. One conspiracy is that the Monzis, that was the Aboriginal tribe that was around that area.
The Russian Native Americans.
Yes.
Don't believe it. I don't think they killed him.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
Those people actually had a history of helping hikers, found 2 of the bodies because they
they're
were
Sherpas.
helping out with the investigation. They had a history of being peaceful and no history of ever having anything like this happen, even harassing people. So no, it doesn't make sense, right?
No, they didn't do it.
Dan?
They didn't do it.
I don't think they did it. No.
All right. Another theory, they all killed each other. Let me go into a little bit of
Nah.
the deals of why that might happen.
Nah.
Well, no,
Nah.
this could make sense,
There
but
might
it
have been
doesn't
some
explain
drama,
everything.
But killing each other to that degree,
Why would
Like-
you do it at one at a time like that?
Well,
No,
check it out.
like-
No, there's a whole reason for that.
Do it in the tent.
Nick and Luda fought earlier. They'd already gotten in a fight in the night.
if we were on like a really hardcore backpacking trip and your girlfriends were getting really mean and you guys were like getting butthurt,
That's every backtrapping.
I'm just saying, I might try to make sure you guys make it out.
You're selling
versus your friends or
Yeah.
girlfriends, and like if there's a like push off the mountain or some shit,
That's stuck.
I got you guys' back. So if some shit went like that,
Oh, yeah, I know your balls are clean because I can't figure out how to fit your rest
I mean, killing each other's girlfriends sounds harsh, but
Yeah,
like
small body.
Well,
This
there's
is,
people with
uh,
like
this is
they
just
had a
for
broken
fun.
Why the
ribs,
apartment
broken
show.
noses, broken neck. That's like fighting injuries, but it
Yeah.
doesn't explain everything.
Or
People had eyes and tongues
And-
removed. They had radiation poisoning, or at least their
Dude,
clothes
Birds.
I'm still going 100% like this is some weird alien shit. I was just making fun
right,
and
all right.
like I got you guys.
What
back.
if hypothermia
But I actually wouldn't kill
hit
your
at such
girlfriends
an
for
insane level that they literally lost their minds and started fighting each other?
No.
That's possible.
No. People can survive in the fucking bitter cold.
okay. Is all the information presented yet?
No.
God
we
damn
have.
No,
We're going over
he's
all of
presented
you. All of it's there.
Okay,
These are the
presented-
conspiracies.
Okay, great.
all information.
Now,
he's
can we go around the fucking table?
he's
That's
going
what we've
through
been
theories.
doing. Where
He's
have you
going
been?
through
Well,
theories.
I've been trying to pee in that midget.
Yeah, you should have been
bathroom.
listening in the midget ass bathroom.
Dude,
He's going
you
through
can't
theories.
Stand up, straighten it. No, you
fucked.
gotta crouch.
You know
Can't
what?
imagine
We're
taking
not
a
all 6 feet tall.
I'm 6 foot
Don't
tall.
insult
He's
me,
like
you
6'4"
asshole.
or 5.
He's like 7.
6'6", you pricks.
No,
He's
he's
okay.
a fucking big guy.
I thought you
one
were
thing I
almost
got-
giant.
So one thing I got going for me.
All right, let's keep going through the theories.
Okay, so can we? Oh my god.
Oh, wait, we haven't heard John's ideas. John, let me recap. I'll do it
No,
real fast.
we need to fucking pick this
They
shit
killed
up.
each other. What do you think?
No. Okay. So
No,
so-
okay,
So now
we're moving
going,
on.
Now we're going through with theories like actual
actual
thought out
theories.
theories here.
Actual. Not,
We're gonna hit
Can
him.
I go?
Not
No.
making fun of aliens. Let's
We
just do
moved
this
on.
shit.
We've moved on.
Natural.
I don't got another one of those.
Yeah, give him that golden light. Or that seltzer.
Yeah. So one thing could be what ultimately the government at that time said it was, and they just actually
That's cool.
reaffirmed a few weeks ago. a natural force. There's a number of things that would fall under this natural force, and we're going to go over them. But as far as the natural force theory, though, we're going to keep in mind the eyes and the tongue, okay? First one was avalanche. It explains all the internal injuries, but it doesn't really consider the possibility by the investigator of the tongue, the eyes, the footprints. An avalanche is coming down at you. Are you slowly walking away, relaxing?
Derek, just assume we don't believe it's natural force.
Yeah,
It's
we're
definitely
all
not.
past natural force.
All right.
We're
Weird
smarter than
shit
that.
happened.
This is where the real conspiracy sit then. We got a few fun ones here. Natural forces, and I'll just recap real fast. Strong winds.
Nope.
Okay, I'm getting real tired of this topic. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be super honest with you. I'm tired of this topic. So we have a lot of information. So let's just go around the table.
We haven't even heard the
say
real
what
ones
fuck-
yet.
God damn it!
You will finish the goddamn story.
Just then talk faster because I have my
John,
theory.
shut up.
I have my.
look,
I'll
I
hit you.
honestly, I got to go back to Chelsea
my
tonight. You gotta
theory-
give
We
me
need
some
to
things.
wrap this up. We're going on 3
theory
hours.
is done. So I don't.
Well, let's
I'm
prove
done.
you. Let's just prove you. Let's just
Okay, great.
Yeah, we're almost done. Real conspiracies. Georgie's, one of the guys that was on the fucking trip, at his funeral, at a private ceremony that his family threw the day after they buried him, a couple guys that were hikers approached him and said, hey, we were in the area the same time that your son was and that whole camping party was. We saw strange lights in the sky. We thought maybe it was a rocket. Soon after that, once it got reported and started getting leaked out a little bit, other people started coming forward and saying that they were in the area as well, and then they described strange lights and orbs. There was an investigator that was originally part of the government investigation. He ignored certain parts of the investigation, but eventually he put together the deaths,
ball
the
lightning.
orbs, the lights, yes, all of that. He started coming up with certain conclusions and reporting it back to his superior. Eventually, he gets called to Moscow. Moscow tells him, drop the fucking case. There's nothing to see there. There's national security issues at hand. And supposedly what happened from there, actually, well, this is what was released by the government. So officially, this is what happened, was once the guy was approached about this, he was told that there was multiple military bases around the Dyatlov accident or incident, and there was military vehicles involved and technology that they did not want to get released into the public as far as capabilities go.
My question is, God damn it, why couldn't you just say there's some weird shit going on with the government and potential UFOs?
No, this is just one guy that was an investigator officially on behalf of the government for this. What he discovered led him to say certain things. He was called to Moscow and they were told to drop it.
Obviously, he's going to be called to drop it.
Well, there's other theories. We're going to go, there's like two more like main ones.
Oh, wait. There's.
Let's hear it.
I do want to hear it, but I have two theories for it.
The main ones. Okay. The next one, this is what John's going to approve of. John, the stranger, he had a crazy, mysterious past. He was part of the Red Army in World War II. After World War II, being in the Army for 4 years, he ended up like kind of pseudo-disappearing. So this whole theory says basically he's part of the KGB. And then from there it kind of branches out. One way or another, he ends up in the Ural Mountains. He has a plan. Shit goes sour. He convinces this group of people to let him join with them because he needs to spy on another Russian government entity, whether it's another KGB unit or military-related or paramilitary, whatever the hell it is. They find him and kill him. He's out there taking photographs of streaks of light in the sky. Maybe it's rockets. Maybe it's who knows what. And soldiers show up, helicopters show up, scare everybody in the tent, they cut their way out and take off running, right? Wrong. We already know they're walking, so I don't know. That's a red flag on that one.
They're all following the same
It's
footprint.
But Sasha's part of the whole damn thing. Ultimately, what they all agree on is he's taking photos, something crazy happens, they all die in the end. Then they realize he's a KGB guy. The military covers it all up because they're like, oh shit, we killed one of our own and buried them in the snow and whatnot, right? So that's another theory. The last theory, which basically comes from the recent 2019 study that they just released this past 5th of March, was that effectively they admitted to having 75 different theories that they thought was plausible enough to at least write down and release to the public. Okay? The government would only accept 3 scenarios. Avalanche, something they call snow slab, and a hurricane.
All avalanche shit.
The natural
Hurricane?
Dude, that's all avalanche shit.
Hurricane's not an avalanche.
No. I'm calling it bullshit. But if they're like, it's an hurricane, but it's still an avalanche. It's
hurricane
national,
in the mountains.
All right, I got a fourth one.
No.
The
They
lead
are
investigator
calling it
says UFOs.
a natural or a natural phenomenon. Like,
Crazy things can happen. It's
Yeah,
fucking Mother
it's a
Nature.
natural
Okay,
phenomenon.
you know what? But that's not.
as I can talk.
That doesn't
correctly.
cause people to fucking die in different
No,
places.
obviously it's not that. But if they're putting that as the official narrative of like, oh, it's
That is
a hurricane in the
what
mountains.
the Russian government is saying.
Obviously, at that point, if they're calling it a natural phenomenon, or
They narrowed it down
phenomenon-
before they released.
phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Either way,
Phenomena.
if they're saying like, yeah, a hurricane happened in the mountains, they're covering shit up.
So that is what the Russians are official explanation.
No. Hurricane is not their official
Oh, yeah,
explanation.
that
The
was the
official
theory, the
explanation
theory.
was
Are we finally to the official explanation?
Give me the
the
official.
government's of Russia official explanation was a what did I call that? A snow
slab.
slab. It's like
No.
kind of like an avalanche, but it's localized. But that was already dismissed in the original investigation
Okay.
in 1959.
You would not. Okay,
And it doesn't explain the radiation, doesn't explain the eyes, doesn't explain the fucking tongue, doesn't explain people going in different directions and
I
dying.
am 100% backing
Apparently
you
going
up
the
on
same
this.
direction and then
Fighting.
splitting up.
Or
and dying
fighting.
different
I am
times.
backing you up on this. If there's an avalanche coming, right, and you guys are my buddies,
You run.
yeah, we run. We don't walk.
And a snow
calmly
slab
out
incident
of
is like
our-
this. It's not time to run. It's bam, it's done.
Yeah.
It's a localized
No.
event.
So weird shit went down, right? So the conclusion of the story is weird shit went down, and nobody has an official story besides like.
Well, the other official story is that there was government experiments going on.
Of course there was.
And those people were at the wrong place at the wrong time, and the government tried to cover it up.
Of course that's what happened, because if anything real happens, you're not gonna.
Or
be
aliens.
Dude, even if it's not like, okay, I will give you. I love aliens.
What do you like? Which one do you agree with specifically?
Are you okay?
I'm just okay. Can we start analyzing this critically for fuck's sake?
I just want to put in my like 1 or 2.
All right.
Yeah, dance on the floor.
One,
We're
two.
gonna come to you.
Sure. Aliens came down and fucked some shit up for these hikers, and the government, like, you know, like.
Do you believe the aliens?
No, I'm putting 2 theories out there.
Okay.
Aliens came down, they fucked some shit up for the hikers, and then like they're like, we're gonna slide this aside, or like, hey, we did some weird things, and as far as like the information you've given us is that basically like, there might have been some radiation.
What information do you
No.
see
Just let
explainer
me
you're
continue.
saying?
There were like, we did some radiation. There were some other weird things going on, and it's not a big deal. So let it slide. So the 2 things that, as far as this story goes, is extraterrestrial, or we were doing some weird ass experiments and we didn't want people to know about it. So essentially, it doesn't fucking matter, because that's going to be like in a black book somewhere. We're like, you can blame it on aliens, or you could blame it on us like dicking around with some natural phenomenon. Either way, all these people died, and it doesn't fucking matter, because we're not going to tell you what actually happened. And that's
What
the
do you
Russian-
believe?
What do I believe?
Aliens or
Honestly,
Government.
at this point, I believe a combination of both. Like, you could literally tell me
I would agree with Dan.
that there is like there's some weird shit going on, and then like a government's like, we don't want this weird shit going on, so we're gonna.
Oh,
put
the
our own
aliens
things
got
in.
out again? God damn it.
Yeah, no, like you could like I could find a middle point for both of those things.
All right.
right,
John.
all right.
So
Jonathan.
No. Dan gave his 1-2. It's my turn.
I found
well,
a
no,
middle
John
No,
was
point.
shut
waiting.
up, shut up, John, or shut up, Dan and John. I'm gonna fucking mute you guys if you don't fucking shut up. I think it was all fucking bullshit. I think the KGB fucking had Sasha under their control. They realized they fucked over this individual, and that he then fucking raped some people in the mountains and fucking killed them all, and they covered it up.
Whoa. So explain the eyes and the tongue. That's weird shit.
You know,
I don't think that is a factor.
I think-
honestly.
I think-
Wild
Why is that
animals.
not a factor?
Wild animals.
yeah,
Badgers,
wild
look at
animals.
Badgers.
Fucking,
No.
Damn bad.
you
All
know,
right. I can actually already explain away the animals.
you know,
Because
for
they
a
only
fact-
found the human tracks. If the human tracks were still preserved, there'd be other tracks next to them for
No,
animals.
no.
They never found
You ever
additional
seen
tracks.
Wolverine?
No.
And animals will eat the eyelids. Those were still preserved. It was the eyeballs that were missing.
You know for a fact a house cat will eat your eyeballs
No.
and your tongue before
cats eat
anything
your
else.
soft tissue, your eyelids, the tip of your nose, and your lips. They don't dive into your eyeballs.
Well-
That's actually pretty tough here.
Lane,
Prove that they don't have eyelashes.
I love you, buddy, but if I was gonna like carve pieces off of your face, I'd go for the cheeks. That's
To eat.
That makes good soup.
To eat.
So,
Like,
yeah, any wild animal that
and
comes across
I mean
you.
wild
Okay,
animal
okay,
thinking.
all right.
That's
John,
the like.
what's your idea?
All
What do you
right,
think
I'm
happened?
done. I'm done. Fuck off. I'm done. Go
I
ahead.
want to hear John. John.
Now,
floor.
I'd appreciate it. Jeez, that's loud. Now, I'd appreciate it if I was not interrupted.
You have the floor.
Radiation.
Go.
Radiation.
Your turn.
Radiation.
Go ahead.
The Russians, the Soviet Union, tested nuclear weapons in Kazakhstan, which is 1,500 miles south of the Ural Mountains. If you look up atmospheric wind and airflow, I don't know if I could call it, you will see
Barometric pressure.
shut up. You will see that there is a significant airflow south to north from Kazakhstan to the Ural Mountains. There you go. That's my theory on radiation.
But that killed them.
The light in the sky. Sputnik 1 was launched in 1957 from Moscow, 300 miles away. Yes?
What year?
2 years ago.
1957.
2 years previously.
Yeah,
Yes.
2 years before.
But it's Russia, so there are probably a lot of undocumented test flights.
I trust Russia.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Russia.
Is that maybe democratic?
So I would posit that any anomaly in the night sky would be some sort of Russian spacecraft. Because there were a lot of Russian spacecraft activity since Sputnik
These
1
are bright lights
in 1957.
burning the photo paper.
Do they launch Sputnik from Moscow?
Yes.
And is the Ural Mountains
Ural Mountains are 300 miles away from Moscow.
east of Moscow? So like it would be going over them
But
to get out of the atmosphere.
The sky is very big. Okay. That's radiation. That's my theory on radiation. The burned hands and the tree. You ever got a rope burn? It's real fucking easy to get a rope burn.
Especially on a cedar tree.
So if you go up a cedar tree
I think these
And
were
the
like
bra-
fire burns.
shut the fuck up, and the branch breaks and you fall and you try to stop yourself from falling.
Ouch. Ouch.
That to me would explain the burns on the hands and feet.
There was burns going up the tree on the feet and the hands, but they also had additional burns on their legs and the tops of their feet.
Oh yeah, you squeeze
Like-
your
have
leg.
you
fire
ever
burns.
shimmied a tree?
Well, this is supposed to be like fire burns, like charring.
Cedar char. But why?
Okay.
But why are why are people
okay.
dying?
I'm just giving you the
two at a
facts.
time.
Just giving you the
Okay,
facts.
I'm just saying. Then the injuries. You ever fall out of a tree?
Yeah.
You know how easy it is to crack a skull?
I knock your eyeballs out,
I feel
your
like
tongue
I've
out.
had a concussion from falling out of a tree.
I would say,
before.
so the idea that a guy got his skull cracked open is not ridiculous considering how big a cedar tree is.
you hit a rock on the bottom.
That also
There
that
was a guy that skull
that
cracked open
also-
away from the tree.
also explains
Multiple
the
skull
ravine,
fractures.
the
Yes.
ravine next to said tree,
The more severe one is away from the tree.
where you fall down the tree. What's stop you to keep from falling? in the
250
fucking
meters
ravine?
away? Tree does not grow that wide. 250 meters
Yeah.
away.
Okay. Thanks.
Hey, watch out for my stack of cedars.
Thanks.
I got it.
Also, a ravine in a snowstorm is very hard to see. You can't see the car in front of you in a bad blizzard.
Someone falls down the ravine. You
So you got a group of 4 people, disoriented, injured, wandering towards the ravine. Also, who's to say the ravine didn't crack some fucking skulls open? I'm just saying. There's a very plausible explanation for all of this that did not involve government conspiracy and
You didn't
aliens,
cover all the
which
possible
sucks.
explanations.
Okay.
I want to question you
Give
guys
me the
too.
next. Okay, what's the next one? We
What's
got.
up?
We have.
What's
We have
up?
this, the
What's
tree.
wrong?
Your idea was
Burns.
a literal card.
Shut up. We have.
Fuck that.
We
I
have.
was
We have
making
radiation. Okay, I have plausible evidence. Radiation. I have plausible
It was
evidence
the 50s. They're experimenting with nuclear.
for concussions. I have.
They probably all test positive.
Skulls cracked open. I have plausible explanation for the bright light in the sky. What
But
else
the
is there?
Skulls, though, you said there's one place where they were in the ravine. Maybe something happened to crack his skull in. There was another guy in the middle of nowhere with the skull cracked
Were they
open.
found in the ravine with severe damage?
What about some
The
people?
most severe damage was away from the ravine.
Yes, but you can still fall down from a standing position and crack
In
your
the
fucking
middle
skull
of
open.
snow.
To me,
Yes.
the
Rocks are big, bro.
They would know it was a rock.
The biggest,
They
like,
investigated the whole thing.
the biggest anomaly of this whole story has always been they cut the fucking tent open from the inside. That's proven. They know it was from the inside, cut it open, and walked out barefoot. And yet, apparently, 2 people had
And walk,
shoes on.
not run.
Yeah,
walk.
Yeah, that's the freaky thing. Walk, not ran.
2 people were
There
probably
is-
outside taking photos of something they didn't.
There is
They
a
were
real,
interested in.
There's a very real medical condition called delirium.
That was one of the things. Was
They-
hypothermia.
So yes,
They
they can-
fucking
and then-
disproved it.
Yes, so they can
No,
go
they
crazy.
didn't disprove it necessarily.
so
but
they
it didn't
can-
necessarily cover all the
Lack
symptoms.
of oxygen.
You can lose all reason due to hypothermia.
But it doesn't explain
Go,
the
oh
eyes
shit,
and the
what am I
tongue.
doing? What am I doing?
It doesn't explain the burns.
The eyes and the tongue is animals. I don't give a shit. They're animals.
You
It
can't just
doesn't
do
explain
that.
the burns. It doesn't explain the radiation.
Guys,
You can't fucking put your coat on.
None of
and
these,
think you're gonna
none
fucking
of these
leave, just like
explanations
that.
cover
I do
all
have
of
to
it,
leave.
everything.
You can't.
I gotta work in the
I'm saying.
morning.
This is
It's radiation. How do you? How
Derek,
is that
Derek,
radiation?
wait a second. Is there an ending to this story, Derek?
We've gone over all of the story.
okay,
So we're
we've
at the
ended it.
end. You have nothing else to
The
say.
end was
We don't know.
Russian government
Please keep
said that it
discussing.
was a snow slab.
I just wanna
love
say-
you
no,
all.
no, no, fuck
I
off.
do.
I wanna
do
say-
love you all, but I actually I have to work in the
Okay,
morning.
that's fine. We're ending it right now.
So-
I'm gonna end it. If you have any thoughts on what you think happened with the Dyatlov Russian conspiracy,
good one.
fucking email trash.omaha@gmail.com.
Unsolved mysteries.
Fuck off, Chase.
I do want you guys to keep discussing.
Fuck off,
but
Brett.
like legitimately,
Shit's
at this
over.
Point, I have to go home because I have to work. in the
Thank
morning.
you, Dan, for coming. Thank you, John, for showing up and peeing in a midget's bathroom.
Ian's midget.
Thanks, Derek, for this fucking really detailed story.
No,
Good night, Omaha.
We,